And Liverpool has a major World War II tradition, just like London. I mean, outside of London, it was, if memory serves, not that I was alive back then, but if I understand correctly, Liverpool was the next most bombed city during the Blitz because of the shipbuilding and the trade that comes through Liverpool. But the shipbuilding and the troop movements through Liverpool were massive, and Liverpool found itself being decimated during the war. And anyway, there are countless things to see here in Liverpool, including a bombed out cathedral. I think they call it that. I think it's still called the bombed out cathedral, but it's a cathedral in the middle of Liverpool that they left up the ruins. They left it up as a monument, as a monument to World War II. And anyway, here in Liverpool, the Beatles clearly, obviously, they are still they're sainted here, as they should be. And the connection between my wife's family and the Beatles is unfortunately not a financial one. But anyway, back in the late 40s, um, the I just love this little anecdote because it's awesome, and B, it's true. Paul McCartney's mom was a midwife. Paul McCartney's mom, Mary.
Nah, that's not gonna work.
Mary was a
Yeah,
midwife,
I guess this one will do.
and she
Yeah, I guess that one will do.
delivered my
Yeah,
wife's
that one will
uncle.
do, I guess.
And when
All right.
my wife's grandmother was in the hospital or home, I'm not sure where the midwife was working with her. Probably home.
Oh,
Maybe I
hello, James
imagine
Farley.
late 40s, early 50s. Anyway,
Yeah, listening to CJ McCormick. Yeah, he kind of grew on me. So I'm listening to it, and I'm gonna live stream for an hour or whatever. There you go. So enjoy, just listen. Then I'll do some media work DXing later
kind of split between this
on
one
my
and
new
that one.
setup
And she said,
with
"Oh
a
well,
steel
I'm
table
partial to James. I love the name James, and
and having a
I
couple of
named my
brewskis.
son James." And so it hadn't occurred uh, um, to my wife's grandmother the name James, and she ended up going because Paul McCartney's first name is James. His name is James Paul McCartney, and so sure enough, Hetty Murphy named her son James, Jimmy Murphy, still around today. We'll see Jimmy this week. So Jimmy Murphy, my wife's uncle, was unintentionally named after James Paul McCartney. And there are
24 watching. Smash that like button right now. Smash it.
Between people who live in Liverpool.
Smash it right now. And thank you very much for watching.
For Beatles. It's a big, small town. It's a small, big city, Liverpool. And there are those kinds of connections everywhere. So yeah, a cool little anecdote, a true story, and I love it. I love it. James Murphy, my dude in the family here, was delivered by Paul McCartney's mom and unintentionally named after Sir Paul McCartney. There you go. Interesting, right? 1-800-848-9222. 1-800-848-9222. We're talking Christmas stuff, Christmas movies. What is your quintessential Christmas film? What is the film that you have to see in order for it to be Christmas? And while we're at it, what is your guilty pleasure Christmas movie? For me, my guilty pleasure Christmas movie, which also has become It's Not Christmas if I don't watch it, Love Actually. Are you familiar with that? It's a British film. with a few American stars as well, but it's a particularly British Christmas film with a lot of cliches, like tons and tons of Christmas movie cliches and rom-com cliches. I'm a sucker for it. What can I say? I am an absolute sucker for Love Actually. And my dark horse Christmas film, and again, I happen to be married to a British girl, so I'm a bit privy to a lot more British stuff. There is a British film that admittedly a lot of people aren't going to dig, a lot of people aren't going to get because it's so unbelievably deeply British, but it's from like 2005, maybe 2009 ish, and it's called Nativity with an exclamation point. It's Nativity with an exclamation point. That's my dark horse Christmas film. Anyway, 1-800-848-9222.
43 people watching. Okay, smash the like button. Thank you.
Bill, welcome to another side of
Good morning, TJ. Love
Smash the
the
like
show.
button.
Listen, this isn't about a movie, but you could have made what happened to me when I was 2 years old into a movie screen.
Tell me.
Because, all right, it was Christmas Day. We were living in Staten Island. I have an older brother who's 10 and a half months older than me, and we got a sled for Christmas, and there was snow that year.
Okay.
And we were starting to go down behind our building, and all of a sudden, the next time we were going down, my brother thought he was going to scare me, and he jumped off. When he jumped off, the sled is no longer going towards the open field. Now it's going towards a bunch of trees.
Oh,
I
my
thread
God.
the needle through the trees, and there's a bigger problem, a brick apartment building. And I'm not kidding. I was going about 30 miles an hour, went right through a lady's kitchen window, over her stove, knocking her pots and pans over. And the woman was over to the edge, and she screamed. I must have been used to getting yelled at, so I ran right back out the window and then told my brother to go get the sled.
Oh,
But
my God.
it's pretty amazing that I'm even still here, because if I ever hit a tree or the bricks, it would have been over.
And I love how
Yeah.
you described it as threading the needle through the trees.
Yeah, they were close. There was a lot of trees, and it just so happens that I made it through it, which was pretty amazing.
That's fantastic. And so what's the year on that? Tell me, what year did that happen?
It was 1959.
1959, when Christmas was really, really. What are some of your other Christmas? And you know what? This is a great one to open up to everybody as well. Everybody, listen. I'm really curious about this as well. What are your earliest Christmas memories? I mean, let's really get into this. 1-800-848-9222. And this is a great opportunity. If you've never called the show before, if you've never called any radio show before, let alone this one, I'm really teeing up an easy one, right? Right, Billy? Let's
Yeah, without a doubt.
Yeah.
My parents got divorced very early in life. I don't ever remember my father living home with us.
Oh, sorry.
But at the same time, I had 3 siblings.
Mm-hmm.
We all enjoyed it. We just enjoyed everything. We were dirt poor, but we still had a great time, all of us. And it was every year. It was, because we were a tight family, aside from the father, who, he was an alcoholic. And I remember when I was 12 years old, I came home from school, and he was banging on my mother's door. And I realized that I was big enough and strong enough to at least give him a good fight, and took him by the back of the neck, put him up against the wall, held him against the wall, read him the riot act, and then walked him out through the front door and told him not to come back until he learned how to behave himself.
Wow.
And I'm not kidding. when
Hello,
I say
also
this.
Retro
He
Vader.
changed overnight because he went to AA and stopped drinking. And I know when I was at his house with his girlfriend, he came home with a 40-year pin from AA, and I did the math, and it would have put me at 12 years old, and I'm pretty sure that's what precipitated him to go to AA even in the first place. So it's a good all-around story.
Was his alcoholism the reason for the divorce? Obviously.
I believe.
TJ McCormick Show, WABC Radio in New York City on 770
most part after that. But he actually, we were all sitting down having dinner. He came in with a gun, put it to my mother's head, threatening to kill her and all of us. Obviously, he didn't, but it was amazing. I mean, that fueled my desire to always even up the score, if you will. And when I was 12 years old, I realized it's now or never.
Wow. Did you? Wow.
My night is good.
Whoa, that is heavy.
Thank you very much for asking. I hope you're doing well.
Your family, your siblings, did everybody stay like just sort of?
Well,
normal?
myself, I know I told you the story. You know, I almost died 28 years ago from alcohol, and that God
that's right, that's
Himself
you.
rewired my brain, and
That's right, yes.
I never had to work for my sobriety at all.
Right. It just happened. That's right. Forgive me for not remembering that was you who called a couple of weeks ago about that. Well, thank God for that. My God, you sound like you're out exercising right now.
Yeah, I'm out just walking. I do a lot of running, but I hurt my knee, so I'm just taking it easy on it.
There you go. You got to get out there and get moving. Well, listen, dude, thank you so much, Bill. I really appreciate you calling in and getting this ball rolling. 1-800-848-9.
Thank you also, Retro Vader, and I appreciate it.
Bill in Maine.
You have a good night too, and have a
all
great
of you.
weekend. Have a great rest of the
Wow.
weekend.
And, you know, in the
And Merry
last
Christmas,
hour,
Happy New Year to you, my
we do this on
friend.
Saturday morning.
And thank you for stopping by.
But, being that we're live
Love you,
this
bro.
morning, Sunday morning, and going into Christmas, we're definitely going to open up about any sort of sobriety conversation that you want to have, especially this time of year. If you're feeling lonely, if you are, you know, people even who have become sober, sometimes they haven't gotten back into relationships. It can be a tough time of year for sober people. A lot of triggering things. A lot, you know, anything from parties to, you know, good stuff like Christmas parties to sad stuff like missing family and relationships that you might have sort of done some damage in the drinking years, or if you're currently still actively engaged in some sort of addictive behavior, give a call. We're going to do that. You can call at any time, but especially in the third hour, we're going to do that. 1-800-848-9222. Let's take our break. When we come back, we'll talk to Peter, and we'll talk to Lou, and we'll talk to Nate, and we'll talk to you. 1-800-848-9222. It's Another Side of Midnight with me, TJ, going into Christmas on the Red Apple Audio Network. So we'll be right back.
All right. James Farley, yeah. Yeah, you know, I just addressed the issue. You know, the kid has issues. Of course, he has autism. I believe he also has ADHD. He posted that too. So yeah, he does, and he's a teenager. He's like 16 years old now, I believe. So yeah, so you know, you have the trifecta right there. You know, he's a teenager. Teenagers are very emotional kids. You know, teenagers are all emotional. When I was a teenager, I was very emotional. Of course, he's done a few outbursts to Mike. He's the one that run the Connecticut server. He went off on him about something. He went on a tirade and all that nonsense. I read the Discord what he posted, and you know the whole I'm gonna off myself type rant. So Mike had to end the chat on his. Yeah, the kid is obsessive. Obsessive. Excuse me. I can't. Sometimes I have trouble pronouncing that word. Obsessive. But you know, you gotta understand. Like I told Tasso, you gotta understand. He is a kid. He is autistic. And he is, that's it. So yeah, when I say I want to ban him, I don't want him to think that I'm not serious. I'm serious. I will ban him if he keeps it up. So he kind of chilled out. I guess I guess the only person he listens to is me. You know, he don't listen to anybody else. But I guess with me, he has a thing. He listens to me. And you know, I said this the other day, and I said again. You know, I looked into that, and unfortunately, in this country, well, I don't know if it's worldwide, but in this country, kids, you know, kids that have autism, they're they are single parent brought up. Usually, the dad is not around. I believe in his case, it's just, and you know, I don't think he has a dad in his life. Now I know where he lives at, and I can tell you that part of Massachusetts is rough. It's a rough part of Massachusetts. You know, so and hello inner city pigeon. I hope you're doing well. So yeah, so James, I just try to I'm really trying to, you know, I treat the kid like my son. Basically, I took him. I kind of took him in like my son. You know, because you know what, he's a young boy right now. He reminds me of my son. My son is 11. He reminds me of him. But sometimes I got to put him in his place. You know what I'm saying? So that's why, you know, when I I kind of rant about it, but I want the kid to understand that, you know what, when you act up, there's consequences. You know how I say, when you act up, you get smacked up, right? So that's what I tell the kid. When you act up, you're gonna get smacked up. When it comes to me, now you know everybody else treats them differently. They put on the kid gloves. Me, no, I put on the real gloves. If the kid acts up with me, he's already been banned twice. I already banned him twice, so he knows I don't play around. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, enough of that subject. But he's gonna have his little server on Christmas Day. He's very anxious about it. You know, he's excited, little kid. He wants to have his little TF radio, and you know, God bless him. God bless him. I really do. You know, God bless him. And let him find joy in that. You know, like I said, I wish nothing but the best for the kid. But, you know, am I gonna, let him know that, you need to, don't act up? Yeah, I'm gonna tell him that. Of course, I'm gonna tell him that. Anyway, back to the radio, and inner city pigeon. Yeah. Well, it was talk radio, it's not music, so sorry about that.
Next door, big mistake. I don't think that would have happened in this day and age, but post-war, or post-war, as they were growing and growing.
DJ McCormick, WABC Radio.
They stupidly
out of New York City.
In the Cavern Club.
Of course, I live in Yonkers, New York, so I'm right next door to New York City.
They even have the spot. My father-in-law, who knows everything about the Beatles. My father.
And I did some meeting with DXing earlier.
Named after Paul. Okay.
I thought I called Mexico today. Tonight.
Legend has it, or actually,
but I couldn't get a call sign.
Has it? If there is.
But I think it was Mexico.
Where John
and Cuba.
Lennon met Paul McCartney for the first
time.
I'll
show you my setup in a little bit.
There's
my new DX meeting with DX setup
on the grounds of a church and a school where there had been on a particular.
Yeah, I know. We all miss coast to coast.
62 or something like
with
that.
Art Bell.
A festival, a fair. and that John's group, the Quarrymen, were playing, and somebody introduced Paul McCartney to John at that fair, and they know where the stage was because pictures of that fair, there's this tree, and so that tree is still there, and that spot is like the legendary God particle moment of the Beatles and the greatest songwriting duo in the history of the known universe. So there's that sort of thing here in Liverpool too. I mean, it's everywhere you go, and all of the Beatles' houses, all of their homes, they're all marked and historically, they're all historically marked, and as they should be. And yeah, it's a great city. It's great stuff. And so that's where we are. We're here. My wife is from Liverpool, and so I've been married into this family for almost 30 years, and great bunch of people. We bring our daughters here a couple times a year and never miss a Christmas with this great family in this fantastic city. And boy, do they do Christmas right in England. Oh, my Lord. And by the way, too, just on the television here, I'm broadcasting, in case you didn't catch it, I'm broadcasting from the living room of my in-laws. And on the television just now is the BBC breakfast program, because here in England it's 8:30 in the morning. And there's live coverage out at Stonehenge.
Good morning, Glenn Dansler.
Because I think is today.
Hope you're doing well. Inner City Pigeon. Yeah, Art Bell. Well, over here on WABC, before this show comes on, Dr. Sky is on the weekends. So if you go to the WABC app, there should be a Dr. Sky show, because Dr. Sky is on from, I believe, 11 to 1. It's 2 hours, 2-hour show. So on the weekend, Friday, of course, Friday going into Saturday, and Saturday going into right now Sunday. So Dr. Sky was just on before that. So I coast to coast, he always had Dr. Sky on. So if you want to listen to Dr. Sky, he has his own show. Just go to WABC app or WABCradio.com and look up Dr. Sky, and you can hear his show. So there you go. I really enjoy Dr. Sky. I love astronomy and things like that. So of course, not only astronomy, but he talks about UFOs and all that, things like that. So I enjoy that stuff. I'm into that stuff too. There you go.
I know, and the dad and the fuming at the boiler in the basement, the furnace.
Yeah.
And
I know. It's like what else could go wrong on Christmas? You know.
That is, and it's fun too. That house is as far as I understand, the Christmas Story house, I think is now, I know they open it for tours every now and then, but I thought at some point you could actually stay there. It was like an Airbnb where you could actually rent that house.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It is in Cleveland. It's in.
And I enjoyed the movie so much. At one Christmas season, I bought the Fragile leg.
The Fragile
leg. I put it in my
yes.
Yeah, and I put it in my the front of my front window of my house,
yes.
And my wife let it last like 2 days. That's it. It's gone.
Good for you for doing that, though, because you know what? You know how many hundreds of people either walked or drove by your house and said, "The Fragile lamp, I gotta get one."
Yeah. Well, people that knew, yeah.
Yeah, of course.
And being Italian, I said that makes sense. I would pronounce it that way if I didn't know better.
Fragile.
Yeah, it's like pasta fazool.
What are some of your other, or were there any? Oh, you just said you're Italian. Let me ask you this.
Yes.
Let me ask you this, Lou. And this is open to every other Italian who's listening.
I'm Italian and Austrian.
So that means you want to take over the world, but you want to eat first.
I want to eat first.
Okay.
And it has to be red sauce and not brown.
Ah, okay. Yes, there you go. So tell me this. Did the Italian side of your family do the 7 fishes on Christmas Eve?
No, we had maybe 4.
I heard about the 7
No, we
fishes.
didn't go
too.
the
We
whole
did maybe 4 fishes.
The 7
No,
fishes.
well, we'd have shrimp, flounder, calamar,
Uh-huh.
squingeel. Okay, I'll bump it up to 5 maybe. But no, we didn't have a set 7 had to be. No.
And so for everybody else listening, by the way, 1-800-848-9222. If you're Italian and you do the 7 fishes, I want to hear from you because I want to know about bacala and I want to know.
Oh, that's my favorite.
Because then what do you do? So bacala, you said it's your favorite. That's the thing that's like all packed in salt, right?
Bacalao, yeah,
My grandpa
bacalao.
used to buy it dried,
Uh-huh.
and it would take days of changing the water to reconstitute
Yeah, bacalao.
it.
Really?
And he would just make it in a
Yeah,
simple tomato sauce.
my mother used to make bacalao.
It was meaty. It was like biting into a steak, you know?
Wow.
Yeah, bacalao is very salty. It's a very salty fish. But it's delicious. Oh my God. Bacalao is and we also used to make bacalaitos. So bacalao, the fish, and of course, we would put it in a batter and fry it like little, fried batter, and with bacalao, with fish bacalao, and fish batter, and oh my God, best thing ever. Hello, Rakesh from India. Love listening to shortwave radio. Unfortunately, this radio right here is not the best on shortwave. The radio T26 is not the best radio for shortwave. The bandwidth on this one is very wide, and shortwave listening on this thing is almost impossible. It is not a good shortwave radio. I made a review about this radio a couple of years ago or so. Medium wave is also very wide. I only use this radio for, the local stations because it does have good audio. The audio on this radio is very good. It has a nice speaker. But for shortwave listening, I would not recommend this radio. Would not recommend this radio at all. No, don't waste your money on this radio. Okay? So, there you go.
Too. What was, and again, I'm throwing out typical fodder. Granted, I'm doing it, but you know what? That's what, to me, that's what you do at Christmas is you have your Christmas themed this, your Christmas themed that. We're doing talk radio. We're doing early morning family stuff. And so I genuinely want to know. I'm not just throwing out talk radio stuff. I really want to know. And I think it's incumbent upon all of us to partake, to sit around the table and kick around some of this wonderful Christmas stuff. Let's get into it. Let's actually truly experience Christmas together. We're not going to be on the air on Christmas. We're here on the weekends. So I definitely want to make this count. And so in the spirit of that, tell me, like some of these guys have been calling in. And by the way, where are the girls? Where are the girls? Where's our Pamela? Where's our girls? Where's our Ange? Where's Angela out on the island? Out on Staten Island? No, Queens, Long Island. But what was the present? What was the Christmas present you got that blew your mind? What was the time that you got something that you wanted so bad? And again, this is coming of age stuff. This is every kid in the world, God willing, got to experience at least once getting that gift that they longed for. Was it a puppy? Huh? I mean, did you ever have that Christmas moment, by the way? Like out of a TV show? Did you ever get a puppy with a bow on it, for crying out loud? That ever happen? Did you ever walk outside? Did anybody here get like an insane gift? Speaking of something with a bow on it, did you ever walk outside and there was a car there with a bow? Are there any trophy wives listening who who got that Corvette they always wanted? But no, seriously, for me, it was for me the gift that I got that I wanted and wanted and wanted and
Zygo
begged for and
G90.
begged for and was so good for and wrote.
That was
I
a
wrote
great
my
gift I
Christmas
got.
list. I wrote and I underlined it and I sent a follow-up
Zygo
letter to
G90.
Santa and I sent several other reminder notes to Santa. Back in the 70s,
Zygo G90,
I
baby.
wanted a CB radio.
Oh, CB radio. There you go.
CB radio desperately. Remember that? Remember back in the 70s? That old Good Buddy thing, Keep on Trucking and all that, back with the, and the movies that went along with it, Convoy, and the Smokey and the Bandit franchise, which is like my life is Smokey and the Bandit. I love those movies. CB radio. And I got a CB radio. And it was from Radio Shack. It was a Tandy, a Radio Shack CB radio. Came with a mobile antenna that with a crazy strong magnet that would go on the roof of the car, and it was a 40 channel CB radio, and it was the absolute diamond gem of my life, of my let alone my Christmas
Look
history.
at you, TJ.
If I still had it, I really wish that I still had that thing. I don't quite know what became of it, but for me, it was a CB radio. So while we're on this hyper Christmas subject, and we're talking about Christmas movies, what is your Christmas movie that you must see, or it's not Christmas yet? Lou just told us for him, Christmas Story. But for you, which is it? Is it, by the way, is It's a Wonderful Life the godfather of Christmas movies? People make it out to be the god. I think because people sort of, even without discussion, say that it's the absolute diamond in the crown jewels of Christmas movies, that I've almost always had not a resentment, if you can resent the film, but I've almost been a reluctant fan of It's a Wonderful Life.
Oh, you gonna throw a rock?
Oh,
Hey, that's pretty good.
hey, that's pretty
What'd
good.
you wish, Mary?
Mary? Hey, George!
Buffalo gals, can't you come out tonight? Can't you come out tonight? Can't you come out tonight? Buffalo gals, can't you come out tonight?
Dance by the light of the moon. What'd you wish when you threw that rock?
Oh, no.
Come on,
no.
tell me.
If I don't, it might not come through.
What is it you want, Barry? What do you want?
What do you...
You want the moon? Just say the word and I'll throw a lasso around it and pull it down. Hey, that's a pretty good idea. I'll give you the moon, Barry.
I'll take it. Then what?
Well, then you could swallow it. And it'll all dissolve.
Now, that's
see?
just filthy.
And the moonbeams would shoot out.
I
of
never
your
caught
fingers
that
and your
filthy
toes
moment in
and
this
the
film.
ends of your hair. Am I talking too much?
Yes. Why don't you kiss her instead of talking her to death? How's
Love
that?
it. Love
Why don't
it.
you kiss her instead of talking her to death?
Want me to kiss her, huh?
Oh, you just wasted on the wrong people.
Great. It's a great damn film. That, I mean, it is. Again, I've been a reluctant fan to it. I've come around to that film in the last, honestly, it took me until like the last 5 years
Yeah, one
to
down.
really fully embrace It's a Wonderful Life. I mean, embrace it in the sense that I watch it in its entirety now. And I can only watch that at night. And I love to watch it as close to Christmas as possible. But, but not Christmas. And that's another thing, too. All this Christmas stuff for me, once it's Christmas, that's it. I can't watch anything the day after. And here in England, where we're in Liverpool, in the United Kingdom, they have Boxing Day, and Boxing Day is massive. There's Pamela. Boxing Day is massive. It's the day after Christmas. It's the 26th, and it's a huge day. here. And it's my understanding is it comes from the days when there was, you know, the well-to-do families had servants and, you know, the upstairs, downstairs crew. And they would, and I guess the royal family, and they would present gifts to their staff, their family staffs. And that was Boxing Day. It was the day after Christmas. The day after Christmas was for the household staff. And that's Boxing Day. So, anyway. Has nothing to do with pugilism, nothing to do with fighting. Yeah, in the last 5 years, I've embraced It's a Wonderful Life. And I think up until that came to pass, I was reluctant because everybody was just so reverential towards the film. Again, like it's the godfather of Christmas films. So I'm wondering if anybody wants to argue that. And or at the same time, what is your quintessential Christmas film? We're throwing it all out there. This is all Christmas, because this is the last time we're talking before Christmas. This is it. So let's get it all out there. Let's put it all on the table, guys. It's the early morning family here on Another Side of Midnight. 1-800-848-9222 on the Red Apple Audio Networks. I'm TJ McCormick. When we come back, more of your calls. Nate, Pamela, Joaquin, and you. What's your favorite film? What's your guilty pleasure Christmas film? What is the Christmas gift that you wanted, that you got, that blew your mind? And to this day you go, oh my God. Lou got a BB gun, and actually his big gift was the tool set from his father. How sweet was that? Me? CB radio. What about you? 1-800-848-9222. It's Another Side of Midnight. I'll be right back.
It's Another Side of Midnight.
Every time the Fed prints more money, your savings buy less. Inflation isn't gone, it's baked in. Washington has added trillions in new debt, and now the Fed is cornered. That's why the smart money is moving to gold. Sanctuary Metals helps Americans roll over their retirement savings into real physical metal, tax-deferred and secure. Don't wait for the Fed's next mistake to cost you again. Please call 800-801-6487 or just go to sanctuarymetals.com for your free retirement defense guide. That's sanctuarymetals.com.
The Tunnel to Towers Foundation honors America's heroes. Heroes like Josh Bischoff. Josh began his firefighting career as a volunteer and ultimately became CAL FIRE's Assistant Chief of Tactical Air Operations until tragedy struck and he was killed in a helicopter collision while fighting a California wildfire. He leaves behind his wife Cheryl and their 2 children, Derek and Juliana. The Tunnel to Towers Foundation paid the Bischoff family's mortgage. Support heroes like Josh and their families. Donate $11 a month and amplify your impact by donating your car or land. Go to T2T.org.
Listen to this podcast now on the Red Apple Podcast Network. Protecting America with Rita Cosby.
Paul Perez, there is renewed emphasis on who's in our country already after that horrible attack by an Afghan national on 2 National Guard troops, on ICE and Border Patrol agents. How big of an increase are you seeing on Border Patrol and ICE agents, and how dangerous is this?
Well, it's been over 1,000% increase than what we've ever seen, and so it's a daily issue for us. Our mission is being impeded and interfered with by all of these people that are looking to make names for themselves and their groups. These are people that we're not even going after. These are people that are interfering and impeding with our duties because they want to keep all of the illegal aliens that Biden brought in. They want to keep them in this country, and we're trying to get them out.
Download all of Red Apple Media's podcasts right now through your favorite podcast platform. It's Another Side of Midnight.
Political humorist TJ McCormick.
Now, to the Bernard McGurk Studios, here's TJ McCormick.
It's the marshmallow world in the winter, when the snow comes to cover the ground. Well, it's a time for play. It's a whipping day. I wait for it the whole year round. Those are marshmallow clouds being friendly in the arms of the evergreen tree. And the sun is red like a pumpkin head. It shines so your nose won't freeze. All the world is your snowball. See how it grows. And that's how it goes. Whenever it snows. The world is your snowball just for a song. So get out and push it along. Yeah,
It's a young, young world made the sweethearts. Take a walk away for favorite girl.
It's a sugar day.
What a spring is late. In winter it's a marshmallow world. Frank and Dean, tell me the world wasn't a better place. Tell me the world wasn't a better place.
When it's time for play, it's a whipped cream day. I wait for it the whole year round.
Two dudes.
And the sun is red like this pumpkin head. It's shining so your nose won't bleed.
Perennial tans from playing golf
Snowball, see how it
in their tuxedos, just
whenever it snows.
killing us
The
all.
world is your
Frank and
snowball
Dean.
just for a song. Get out and roll
Roll
it
it
along.
along.
It's a
Young,
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 young world
world
made
made
for
of
sweethearts.
sweethearts. That's from the Dean Martin, and I think it's the two of them hosted a special once. I don't know if that's from the Dean Martin show, or if that was one time that, I don't know if Frank was just a guest, or I know one year,
My cup
Frank
right
and
there, right
Dean
there.
and all of their respective kids, and I think their spouses, their whole family.
Let's get the party
Frank and
here.
Dean and their families hosted a Christmas special.
There you
It
go.
was like Frank Jr., Dino Martin, and
It's getting hot
girls,
here.
and, phenomenal.
There you go, crack it.
Phenomenal. But that's
Crack
Marshmallow World. You just can't. You just don't tell me the world was not better.
Shot.
I mean, yes,
Take a
there are
shot.
things that were backwards back then in the '60s,
I
but
gotta take a shot tonight.
if you could cherry pick certain things from
I
certain
take a
eras,
shot.
that Rat Pack thing and those varieties.
I got another one for New
That
Year's,
is something I would cherry pick and place
Little OJ.
into any era, any new enlightened era.
Little
Give me
OJ.
that stuff, and we've got the makings of a perfect society. 1-800-848-9222. It's
OJ.
it's another side of midnight. Here on the Red Apple Audio Networks, I'm TJ McCormick, and I'm broadcasting to you from a now sun up, although you don't see any sun.
Yeah, he's in the UK.
Here in
There you go, little OJ with the.
just a couple of miles away from the Mersey itself, and it's
Cheers.
a massive. That's another thing too. When you come to certain parts of the UK, just a massive sky that's
There you
always
go. Woo.
doing something. There's always something happening in the sky. The clouds move and swirl and just shift. It's incredible.
Shot.
And it's also a place where, kind of like the Midwest of the United States,
Weekend before
give it
Christmas,
20
baby.
minutes and the weather will change. You'll have several different days within one 24-hour period, several different weather days, over the course of a calendar day. And that's probably the way it's going to be today at some point. But it's perennially
twisted.
damp and loads of moss. I'm looking out onto the street here, out of my in-laws' front room window, and there are these lovely homes along the street, and one of the quintessential British characteristics of the homes is the moss on the roofs, on the shingles, the roofs, the tops of the houses. There's a moss that is just constantly there because there is always a damp in the air. 1-800-848-9222. We're talking Christmas, and we're talking
Yeah, that's what I
classic,
got.
typical, wonderful Christmas stuff.
That's what I got all over my backyard,
Christmas
moss.
The Christmas
Well, in the
movie
spring,
that
I gotta
maybe
power
the worst
wash
one
it.
It's your guilty pleasure that you have to watch. And what were some of those gifts? What was the gift that you got as a child that you remember? What's your earliest Christmas memory? It is anything that you want to get across. Talk to us about it. We're having a Christmas program here on Another Side of Midnight. And in the last hour,
Excuse me.
yes, in keeping with the theme of the holidays, we are going to make sure that we tip our cap to those of us who are, if we're not sober, if we need to be sober, if we want to talk about
Okay,
somebody
well, I'm
that
gonna lower
is
that volume
much-
because I'm gonna lower that because I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that right now. Yeah, I don't want to hear that. Anyway, let me put this over here. And I'm gonna show you my little Medium Wave DX setup now. I had a steel table. It's one of them I kind of what is it called? I forgot the name of it. It's like a kitchen table. No, not kitchen. What is it called? Anyways, right here. So I'll show you. Let me lower this thing down. It's right there. So I put it there. You see that? Let me tilt it like that. So that table now is right there. So you see that table? That's it. Of course, there's a Lazy Susan right there. That's my DX station now for Medium Wave. And of course, I had to organize it. I got all my tools underneath. It's still a work in progress. So that was in the kitchen upstairs before the kitchen remodeling, temporary. So of course, now I bring it down here. And that's going to be my table for right there in that corner. I can Medium Wave DX in that corner. It's a sweet spot. Let me go right here. Let me put it right there. I'll show you. So you see that's a sweet spot right there. Let me turn on this light right here. So that's a sweet spot right there. With the Lazy Susan, you know, I can rotate the radio. That's the best spot to Medium Wave DX. You know, I heard Cuba tonight, right there in that spot. And it was noisy, but I got it. I heard Cuba. So it's still working. It's still, that spot's still sweet right there. Before I used to go up there, I had another table over here before. You know, you see many videos. You see many videos of this wall. All right? You know, my DX sketches from Cuba. But this corner's pretty good right here, too. So now I got this table here. And, of course, all this other stuff is, you know, my diecast collection channel. I have to do a whole bunch of reviews. I got my MP3 player right there. I have to do a review on this guy. So I got that. So you see, I got all this stuff here ready. I got to shoot a whole bunch of videos here now. So anyway, that's the Medium Wave DXE station right there. Okay. And I got all my loops right here. Excuse me. AM200, Texan AM200, Turk Advantage, AM loop. And that's the homemade one. Homemade loop that I made. DYI Medium Wave loop I made. Okay. So there you go. So that's my setup right now. So I'll be tuning that later. Let me go back over here. And let me tilt this without getting disconnected. Sorry about that. There we go. Do that. Now elevate this thing up. Stretch it up. Okay, here we go. Sorry about that. Let me just do this. There we go. Sorry about that. Oh, sorry about that. There we go. Okay, there we go. So I got that. And there we go. We're back. All right. So there you go. So you saw my Medium Wave setup station now. So
bit of that with some of my family right now. I could use some of those memories. That's I'm glad that
so there's the water heater right here.
Fail. You always do
on top of the water heater.
There's always some nuance to one of your calls that either gets in my head or gets into the fabric of the program and carries forward for the rest of the show. So I think you just did it again. Thank you for that. And Merry Christmas, Pamela.
Same to you.
You're the best. There goes Pamela. 1-800-848-9222. I love this stuff. I love this stuff. Let's definitely keep talking about Christmas. And as we go into the next hour, when we touch on the recovery thing, and we will, I'm going to tell you about a moment last week where I had to really summon up my sobriety. I had to summon up my sober behavior because I was ready to throw it all away. Not my sobriety, but my behavior. Because again, it's not so much about just not drinking. It's about how I act. And so you'll see what I'm talking about. I have a really interesting, at least in my mind, an interesting story about an almost altercation with a dear friend. We'll talk about that. It's Another Side of Midnight with me, TJ McCormick. We're talking Christmas live from Liverpool in the United Kingdom. We'll be right back.
Really, really like you. This is New York's talk leader, the crown jewel of talk radio. WABC New York, WRCR Haverstraw, and 107.1 WLIR Hampton Bays. News first at 59 past the hour.
77 WABC News starts now.
Sorry about that.
77 WABC News, first at 59 past the hour. It is 36 and clear skies on this Sunday, December 21st. Good morning, I'm Liz Radabali. Congresswoman Elise Stefanik is ending.
By the way, her voice is so soothing. Lizzie Radabali, whatever. Oh my God. Sorry about that.
Like said, it's just not the right political time, according to the Albany Times Union. She also says she wants to spend more time with her 4-year-old son. Stefanik said the challenge of unseating Democratic incumbent Kathy Hochul was made more difficult after Nassau County Executive Bruce Blakeman entered the race earlier this month. Blakeman is now the only GOP candidate challenging Hochul. Officials are confirming the Brown University shooting suspect also killed an MIT professor. Liz Warner has more.
At a news conference in Boston, U.S. Attorney Leah Foley said there was probable cause to charge the suspect in both deadly shootings.
He was the person responsible not only for the Brown shootings, but for the Brookline shooting.
Authorities say 48-year-old Claudio Manuel Neves Valente shot and killed 2 students and wounded 9 others Saturday at Brown before he went on to murder MIT professor Nuno Loureiro Monday night in Brookline, Massachusetts. Neves Valente was found dead Thursday evening in a New Hampshire storage locker. Foley said the suspect also attended the same academic program in Portugal as the MIT professor. I'm Liz Warner.
More on that story. Students at Brown University working to process last weekend shooting that left 2 students dead and 9 others injured. Kylie Del Monte, a junior at Brown, sharing her story, saying she's grateful to be alive.
It could have been literally anyone. I mean, I had a review session in that building the day before. All of my friends had finals in that building. It could have been anyone.
Support for the students is growing, with Massachusetts Governor Maura Healey saying she's grateful to law enforcement, especially the Massachusetts State Police, for finding the suspect. A Republican co-sponsor of the bill, which required the full release of the Epstein files, says the Justice Department is grossly violating its legal obligations. Jim Forbes has more.
Kentucky Congressman Thomas Massie posted on X that Friday's partial documents released by Attorney General Pam Bondi and Deputy AG Todd Blanche, quote, grossly failed to comply with both the spirit and the letter of the law that President Trump signed last month. Democratic co-sponsor Ro Khanna of California pointed out that the files were heavily redacted and that one document containing 119 pages was completely redacted. I'm Jim Forbes.
President Trump's Gold Card foreign visa program is up and running. The program aims to attract educated and well-off immigrants who would pay $1 million to the U.S. government for the front-of-the-line immigration status.
And you've taken in just a few days, you've taken in over $1.5 billion. That goes all toward reducing debt.
$1 billion!
Corporations can pay $2 million for a version of the Gold Card that allows them to use it for an employee. Trump held up an actual Gold Card at the White House, calling it a green card on steroids. Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick said $1.3 billion worth of gold cards so far has been sold. Trump suspended the nation's green card lottery after it was used by the suspect in the deadly Brown University shooting. Brooklyn man is facing charges in connection with what prosecutors say is a multi-million-dollar cryptocurrency phishing scam. 23-year-old Ronald Spector of Sheepshead Bay accused of gaining access to and draining about 100 Coinbase accounts. Brooklyn District Attorney Eric Gonzalez says Spector allegedly tricked many unsuspecting people to transfer their life savings to wallets he controlled, blew their hard-earned money gambling online, and then bragged about his successful thefts. Spector was arraigned on Friday on a 31-count indictment. Prosecutors say about $500,000 in stolen funds have been recovered so far. Over on Wall Street, stocks closed higher to end the week, with tech leading the way. The Dow gained 183, the S&P is up 60, and the Nasdaq increased by 301. This holiday season, help the 77 WABC Radio Foundation feed those in need. Go to WABCFoundationCares.com. Join 77 WABC, AARP New York City, the Police Athletic League, Gristedes and D'Agostino Supermarkets, and Nationwide Imaging Services as we deliver holiday meals to more than 5,000 families across the city. Giving back to those in need, go to WABCFoundationCares.com. 77 WABC Cares. Now your forecast today, sunny skies with a high of 46 degrees. Later tonight, mostly clear, low of 36. I'm Liz Radbali. News never stops at WABCRadio.com.
This is 77 WABC Newsroom Extra.
Texas Parks and Wildlife says a rise in bird flu cases is a major threat this winter. It's something the state's farmers are watching.
It can have a catastrophic impact when it comes to poultry industries, egg pricing.
Tracy Tomasic with the Texas Farm Bureau says this could affect egg pricing.
Avian flu has the potential to dramatically impact the poultry industry.
And he says this has been a big problem in other parts of the country.
This is something we're going to be very vigilant with and watch very closely.
And since it has been a big problem in other parts of the country, they don't want outbreaks here. Poultry farms employ more than 34,000 Texans with an economic impact north of $1.1 billion. The highly contagious bird flu can transmit easily among wild and domestic birds. Lisa G., 77 WABC News.
It's Another Side of Midnight.
Political humorist T.J. McCormick.
Now, to the Bernard McGurk Studios, here's T.J. McCormick.
It's Christmas time. There's no need to be afraid. At Christmas time, we let it and we banish shame. And in our world of plenty, we can spread a smile and joy. Throw your arms around the world at Christmas time. But say a prayer. Pray for the other one. At Christmas time, it's hard, but when you're having fun, there's no world outside your window. And it's the world of tranquil. Whoever you wanna go,
Bono, here comes Bono with this big moment. See, now for some people, this is a guilty pleasure. I love this song. I love this damn song. I love Feliz Navidad. I love the Christmassier the Christmas song, the better. I love it. Phil Collins, just so clearly Phil Collins. look. I'm odd. I'm very selfish. Okay, I'm very selfish when it comes to loving Christmas. I'm not a great Christmas shopper in terms of volume. I have done a killer job over the years looking after my wife, the girls. Every once in a while, I've hit a good gift every now and then. I'm not the great Christmas.
I do cash now.
In the front
cash.
Which is
gift
not
cards. That's
something
it.
that we see
I'm
in
done
New
with
York.
that.
By the way, hi. I haven't even. I'm so into the Christmas thing. I haven't even said hi.
That's what you get
Good
from me.
morning,
Cash,
family. It's another side of
gift
midnight
card.
with me,
That's
TJ.
it.
On
Done
the
with
Red
that.
Apple
Trying to
Audio
figure out
Networks
what you
all
like.
around the United States, all around the world on WABC.
Don't even try to figure out what I like. I got everything,
Coming to
bro.
you live this morning from the living room.
I pretty much got it
of a
all,
lovely
bro.
Little home.
So, you know, cash is good for me.
I am here with my wife and our daughters, with my wife's family.
Give me cash
in
first.
Liverpool, not too far from the Mersey River.
And a
River
gift
Mersey.
card.
It's all backwards.
Just give me like a
They
Visa.
say
Don't
that,
give me
River Mersey.
Don't give me no store
And,
gift card. I really don't want that.
Where
Just give me
the
a
sun is now up.
Visa
It took forever.
or
It's
cash,
dark
and I'm
forever.
happy. I'm good.
And
I'm
it
good. I'm like,
gets
yo,
dark
bro.
real quick.
You hook me up.
We're just enough of a northern latitude that
freaking hook me up.
the
That's
light,
it, bro.
the daylight is
9
definitely
hours.
different from the United States. Way different.
Unless you want to give me an icon.
Anyway, yeah, right now I'm looking
IC
out the front,
7300.
the front window of the living room, and there's a magpie.
Then I'm good with that
strolling
too.
around the front yard, not a crow, but a magpie. And
or Walbrook antenna.
The wildlife
Walbrook
is off. Just a
active
tick
loop
here.
antenna. If you can find one now.
1-800-848-9222. 1-800-848-9222. And we're talking Christmas on another side of midnight. And like I was saying, I'm not like the best at the Christmas season, but I'm into it. I put the lights up. I do the dad thing. I get up there on the ladder. In whatever weather it is, we need them lights up. I get them up. I put them up all around the garage and around the front door. And I got the Christmas. We did that. I nailed that. And quite frankly, the reason that it gets done is that I just leave the hooks. I leave everything up all year. I take the lights down, but I leave the hooks up. So
That's
that
smart.
I have my
That's what I do.
ready. So when November rolls
I
around,
put hooks around.
the
I leave
lights
them
are
up.
ready to go
That's it.
right back up again.
And I
I
just
don't
throw
move a
everything on the
thing.
hooks.
Even the extension cord. Okay, now
That's
is that
smart.
because I'm a
Actually, that's
planner
smart.
or because I'm lazy?
That's what I do.
It's because I'm lazy. So even the extension cord from the back of the house stays in place for the Christmas lights all year round. Some people call that planning. Some people call that terribly lazy. I'll cop to either.
I got a box of
good morning, by the
extensions
way,
just
to
for
my
Christmas.
radio mentor John, who is
I got my
listening.
own
One of the
Christmas
all-time
extensions
great
in a box.
sets of radio pipes.
That way I don't
John
mix it up with the regular extensions.
Dear buddy of mine, and a great radio dude. My absolute guiding light. My north
But of
star
course, my wife had to fuck it up.
is John Harper.
She needs to
and
take it to her
he's
job.
listening right now. And so,
Well, thank God she ain't doing that
and
no
by the
more,
way,
so.
he is a massive,
Now I'm
if not
organized again.
the biggest reason.
You know, people like us, we're like
I'm even here at 77
introverts.
WABC, and I love him dearly.
We're organized
He's the best.
people, and you know,
John Harper.
when you're living with someone that's
And,
not like
yeah,
that,
and you ever hear him talk, you go, "Oh my God!" He speaks.
it becomes
in
chaos.
This guy, best pipes in the land. Anyway, 1-800-848-9222. So yeah, so I'm
crazy.
into, and maybe this is the alcoholic in me, which is all of me.
All right.
But
be right back. I gotta go. Pissy break.
maybe because it's somewhat saccharine or manufactured, but I'm really into the hopeful, the cheesy part. I'll put it very simply. Let me put this as pedestrian as possible. I'm very much into the cheesy part of Christmas because I like to suspend, and this is the alcoholic. I haven't really approached this thought before out loud, so that's why I'm kind of putting the paragraphs together somewhat staccato, because I haven't really articulated this before, ever. And so I'm doing it now in real time for the first time for all the family here. The alcoholic in me gets uncomfortable with life on life's terms, which is why accepting life on life's terms is arguably the building block. It's the foundation for sobriety. At least for my sobriety, from my experience. Life on life's terms. Because when you're drinking, when you're using, when you're gambling, when you're sleeping around, when you're lying, cheating, and stealing through whatever addiction it is, gambling, sex, retail, so much of it is to escape from, to remove yourself from what is your day-to-day. There's something about your real existence that makes you unhappy, makes you irrationally or irrationally. And so it's the escape, it's the disconnect from reality that alcohol provides, that drugs provide, that...
All right, let me lower that down because I don't want to hear that, and I don't really care about it right now. Not tonight. But yeah, I'm going to the doctor on Monday. No, not Monday. Excuse me, Tuesday. I'm going to the doctor. Gonna get a full physical, and I already know what's gonna happen. He's gonna tell me that I got a fatty liver. Because my liver is fat. I know it's fat. It's crazy fat. I've been eating like a king the last few months. And of course, I've been drinking like a king. So yeah, I'm gonna have a fatty liver. The only thing I don't want is type 2. Now, I was already borderline back then. So right now, I probably, well, I hope I'm not type 2, but if I am, oh well. And by the way, my BMI is crazy through the roof, doctors tell you, oh, your BMI is way above, your BMI is like 38, whatever the fuck it is. I don't know what the hell. But if my doctor prescribes me, you know what shot I'm talking about? The fat reducing shock. My wife says don't do it. And I told her, I said, listen, if he prescribed me the shot, you know what I'm talking about? Ozempic, Manjaro, Zep, whatever the Zep thing is, whatever. I said, hell yeah, bring it on. I'm going to do it. That's it. I'm done. If I take that shot, I'm done. I'll be done. Yeah, I'll be done because I wouldn't mind dropping 30 pounds or even 50 pounds. 50 pounds would be like, my God. I'll be like, wow. I'll be back like 10 years ago. Now, if I drop 70 pounds, I would be like, my God, I got to go back to 2000. Year 2000. So anyway, we'll see. Because I'm going to do a lot of walking videos. I'm going to do a lot of stuff like that. So, these videos right now, hey, they're not going to be around forever. So, yeah, if I start taking a shot, that's it. I'm done with this. I have to. That means, shit is really bad. And, yeah, for real. Because, it ain't easy being married. Especially when you dealing with high expectations. and some crazy shit.
Could be better. Actually, I do believe that
I'm gonna put it on
any
BBC.
shortcommings, any
I don't want to hear that.
Outside the court, the symbol of Jimmy Lai's now shuttered pro-democracy paper, Apple Daily. The Apple's
BBC World Network, BBC World Service.
Amongst the supporters was a former Apple Daily journalist. We're living in a strange world of uncertainty, she said, but at least we will remember what we have accomplished and strive hard to live a better future. We all feel frustrated and powerless. Jimmy Lai has now been in prison for more than 5 years. At the start of his trial 2 years ago, a lone supporter, a veteran democracy activist known locally as Grandma Wong, protested outside the court with a flag. In the years since, she too has been arrested under the national security law and restricted from coming back. Inside the court, the judge began by demanding silence, explaining that anyone in the public gallery who made any remarks would be removed from court. The judge said that Jimmy Lai was the mastermind of a conspiracy to collude with foreign powers. She said he harbored hatred towards China and was a threat to national security. She read out WhatsApp messages where he arranged to meet with US officials in 2019 as evidence of the billionaire allegedly colluding with US officials. His trial has been seen by critics as a test of Hong Kong's judicial independence. The Hong Kong government said it followed due process. The 78-year-old media mogul waved at supporters sitting in the court, but those closest to him fear for his health. Time is running out for my father. In the last year, he's lost more than 10 kilos. Muscle infections, heart issues, heart palpitations. His son, Sebastian Lai, told me from London. His physical health has deteriorated. I don't know what his mental health is like, given the harsh conditions, he went on. It's cruel that it's been dragged out this long, especially for a verdict where every single person knew the outcome, he said. The verdict comes at a time when Hong Kong is still reeling from the deadliest fire the city has seen in decades. At least 160 people died when a blaze raged through 7 towers of a public housing estate. The authorities acted quickly to make arrests relating to the fire. The chief executive, John Lee, later launched an independent inquiry. He said that those responsible needed to be held to account. Initial tests found substandard building materials contributed to the spread of the fire. But there were also arrests by national security police of a student who publicly demanded an independent inquiry, and a former district councillor was detained and questioned when he tried to set up a press conference to discuss the case. Hundreds of people gathered as the fire burned through the day and night. Outside Tai Po Market Station, student volunteers began to group, organising supplies for survivors of the fire. They brought boxes of water and food. Thousands joined groups on encrypted social media apps, organising deliveries. On the streets, some used loudspeakers to coordinate their efforts. At times, the scene of the fire started to resemble the early days of the 2019 protest movement, when people took to the streets to protest against greater control from Beijing. As volunteers gathered, plainclothes police looked on. Within days, those volunteers were replaced with police tents and red tape. Volunteers worked in secret to deliver supplies, I was told, fearful they could become targets of the police. Some friends got phone calls from police asking if they're joining any activities. They were angry and sad, one contact told me. Beijing has praised the Hong Kong government's handling of the fire and the handling of Jimmy Lai's trial. Meanwhile, Beijing has also criticized international governments and media for spreading what it sees as anti-China sentiment in its reporting of these stories. A date has not been set for Jimmy Lai's sentencing, but supporters fear he could now face the remainder of his life in prison.
Danny Vincent in Hong Kong. The Kingdom of Jordan prides itself on being something of an oasis of calm in a very turbulent region. Jordanians themselves sometimes call their country the social worker of the Middle East, always trying to make peace between enemies and help refugees from neighboring countries. But maintaining stability and taking the long view isn't always easy when wars rage all around. On a recent journey through some of Jordan's most ancient sites, Sebastian Usher considered the weight of history as well as the pressures of the present.
Right above our heads, the most phenomenal shooting stars from Orion's belt drew gasps of wonder and surprise from tourists lying flat on Bedouin cushions, staring up at the sky in the deep stillness of Wadi Rum. broken only by the hypnotic narrative of the constellations by Abdullah, a high school teacher, and the desolate lullaby of a one-stringed rebaba. Stargazing is one of the core travel experiences in Jordan, along with the ever-astonishing revelation of the temple carved out of rock known as the Treasury at the end of the narrow winding Sieg in Petra, the Roman theatres with their built-in amplification systems in Jerash and Amman, the heavy weightlessness of the Dead Sea, and the trail of the Arab revolt with Lawrence of Arabia down through the desert to Aqaba. But if you'd been staring up at the skies in the summer, it would have been other, more savage lights that broke the night sky as Iran fired barrages of missiles over Jordan towards Israel. The Jordanians were spectators in the 12-day war, but it hit their tourism industry hard, just as visitor numbers were on the rise again after a disastrous plunge due to the war in Gaza. Now, ministers repeat the mantra that Jordan is safe. Since the ceasefire, there's been a noticeable pickup in numbers. Jordan's authorities are also trying to recast their country as offering more than the four extraordinary attractions of Wadi Rum, Petra, Jerash, and the Dead Sea. New churches are springing up as the country attempts to present its side of the trickle that's left of the Jordan River as...
Alright, let's do some milliwave DXing. Let me load this down. I'm going to put it over here. And I'm going to turn on the light. Put it right there. Let me tilt the... Let me tilt it like that. I can lower it more right there. I'm going to put on this light. There we go. Okay, we got that. We got that. There we go. Let me put this over here because I don't want to spill that guy here. We're going to use the, let me just put this closer right there. I want to get it real close. Let me lower it actually. Right there. This is a turntable, by the way. It's just to turn the radio. Let me get my glasses on, my reading glasses. We're going to use the, well, first let's use the Qdosin. Qdosin DX286. Put it right there. Let me turn it on. I'm from the station.
Only in America. Brooks and Dunn. One great duo deserves another. Montgomery Gentry now will tell you.
680. I can hit two stations. Usually 680 is CFTR out of Toronto. But in the background, I have no idea what it is. Also, I get Providence, so if I hear Spanish, it's probably Colombia. But right now, Live right there. Let me see what happens. Let's see if we get a station ID. Yes, Providence. WPRO, I think Providence. I think that's what it is. That is Salem Radio Network, conservative talk radio. So I believe that is Providence. All right, let's move on.
By calling 555-800.
Not much. Okay.
And
it's 5,600. CK18 out of North Bay, Ontario, Canada. Country 600. There you go. CK18. Country 600. North Bay, Ontario. Of course, I got a copyright for that, but who cares? Enjoy it. It's a nice catch. I believe it's 1,000 watts. Nice catch. Very audible too. Oh, 1,000 watts a night, I believe. Great White North.
All those adjectives. Like we talked about.
Zoomer Radio, Toronto, Ontario. Moving in from Toronto, Ontario, Canada.
introducing a bold new Toronto tradition, transforming the spirit of resolution. The 5K Exhibition Place Resolution Run. You can walk 5K or run 5K. It's the first ever on New Year's Day, bringing families and fitness fanatics together for a shared city experience. Starting with an indoor light show, wind your way along a scenic route through Exhibition Place, finishing under the Princess Gate. Make a loud start at Exhibition Place Resolution Run. Register at resolutionrun.to.
Zoomer Radio, the original greatest hits. This is the all-night jukebox.
I just saw fans. There we go. Okay. Oh, well.
Kind of simmering.
By emptying it.
Very long rabbit hole answers for every question, and the thought was I was trying to avoid giving 10-minute answers for every question, and we were like, dude, you got to quit doing press conferences, and he did.
8:30.
And it actually also turns out that he said, at some point you're going to have to get back to doing press conferences, and 2 days later, the White House announced he was doing the press conference.
I have no idea what this is, but somebody will tell me. So let's leave it at 8:30. 8:30. Wow. DXing tonight, baby. Look it up. Tell me what you think it is. I have no idea what 8:30 is.
that's something that is unique to them. But well, because the question is there's any concern at all, the question is, yeah, what's he going to say tomorrow morning? Because you know who's going to say something tomorrow morning. And he will be making statements throughout the day. Remember when, what was it, about a month or two ago? We went like a weekend without really making
First catch at 8:30. I don't know what it is. If anybody can ID it here, put in the comments. 8:30 on I'm in Yonkers, New York. So anybody can ID that, let me know. Moving on. Yes, nobody can ID that one.
Jewish, and I was raised Catholic.
Shaking out.
At 900 a.m. It's not Mexico and it's not Philly. So can somebody ID that? Let me know in the comments. There we go. Booyah! Match it with the stream. Let me know in the comments. Thank you very much. music right now. So look it up. Let me know. RadioLocator.com, radio-locator.com. So I look up that station, 900 kilohertz. Check out that stream. If it matches with this, let me know. ID the station for me. Thank you very much. You smash the like. Next one. Okay, next one.
Multiple times I've seen it. I've seen it firsthand. Fourth quarter, we're down. But we never went in that hurry on the football field because we knew in the future we were going to go out and score. We knew that we were going to go out and score. It was a touchdown because, number one, we had deep. Matty Ice at the quarterback position. He was one of the best to do it, in my opinion. So, Matt, man, it was a pleasure to play with you.
Name that station.
I tell all the people about the crazy thing. Matt used to have to tell me shut the hell up at times in the huddle. And when I was talking to Frank, he was like, hold it to me. Why you started calling play? Matt used to be like, man, can you shut the hell up so I got to play? So he went to the last one. No, like a personnel. We came in 2008, so I didn't mind him. I probably need to shut the hell up. You tell one person talks in that huddle. His name is not Harry. But as you know, it takes the Bills to have each other, son. It takes the Bills. I wouldn't have wanted anybody else to come into the league. I tell you that much. I wouldn't have wanted anybody else. Love you, about how this Mahomes injury is going to impact them in 2026 and beyond. Is Peter Wright the best of the dynasty as we know it? Are they going to be able to have a second act like we've seen the New England Patriots and other NFL dynasties have in the past?
Unsportsmanlike, weekday morning starting at 6 Eastern on ESPN Radio and on ESPN2. Earlier on Glenn and Friends.
There you go, you got a hint. Name the station, baby. Name it. Name it. Name the station. You already got a hint.
Camaraderie, teamwork, belonging. At some point, if we refuse to understand how much that part matters, the wins and losses are going to go away because nobody's going to care enough to show up.
Glenn and Friends, weekdays at 6 Eastern on ESPN Radio and on the ESPN.
Individuals and businesses with tax problems, listen carefully. Do you feel like you're losing control of your finances? If you owe over $10,000
Name that station, baby.
or have unfiled tax returns, we can help you take back control.
Need a little DX.
Largest and most aggressive collection agency in the world, and they can seize your bank account, garnish your paycheck, close your business, and file criminal charges. Take control of your tax problem now by calling the experts at U.S. Tax Shield and take advantage of the Fresh Start program and new laws that may allow us to negotiate a settlement for the lowest amount possible. Our team of tax attorneys and enrolled agents can stop collections and get you protected so you can take control of your financial future. U.S. Tax Shield offers a price protection guarantee quote to get you protected today. U.S. Tax Shield is A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau, so call now. 800-687-5192. That's 800-687-5192. U.S. Tax Shield. 800-687-5192.
If you're turning 65 or new to Medicare, Humana might just have the health plan you're looking for. Our Medicare Advantage plans offer coverage and care you can count on. If you get a plan with a $0 premium or an all-in-one plan that may include medical and prescription coverage, as well as routine dental, vision, and hearing. Learn more at GetHumana.com. Humana, a more human way to healthcare. Humana is a Medicare Advantage HMO and PPO organization with Medicare contract. Enrollment in any Humana plan depends on contract renewal.
Just like a strong offense keeps moving the ball, the Public Bank of Chicago's business banking solutions can keep your company growing.
There you go, another hint. Name the station. They already said the city.
Everything you need for your business.
Wow.
Back in the game and moving in the right direction.
Anybody wait?
Experience banking beyond expectations. Only at the Public Bank of
Name the station now.
Visit ourbankchicago.com today.
It's been a real journey since 2014 when I first had my injury. I realized that my home was just not working for me and that it was time to ask for help. Home Store Troops has really given me my life back. The shower allows me to go in and turn around with my chair, pull down storage racks, automated door systems, hours of my morning given back to me. Adaptive sports are a huge part of my life, a huge part of my healing journey as well. Home Store Troops helped with making sure that I had a home gym so that I can continue to train. This past year, I was able to host Thanksgiving in my home. And it was the first time I was able to have my whole family in one place, and I was able to contribute to the meal. There are a lot more veterans in need, and Home for Our Troops is going to be there to help them too.
Home for Our Troops builds and donates specially adapted custom homes nationwide for severely injured post-9/11 veterans and enables them to rebuild their lives. Join our mission at hfotusa.org.
CN Chicago, WNBP, WTBC, HD2 Chicago, a Good Karma Brands radio station.
There you go, bro. There you go, bro.
Playing for a division crown. Tight formation. First and second down. Roll.
There you go. You just heard it. WMVP out of Chicago. ESPN Radio. There you go. Wow. Nobody couldn't figure that out? Wow. You're fucking dummies out there right now. All right, next radio station. Next radio station coming up.
Somehow he was able to grab it. It was accurate. Removed from the website in order to protect people in power. Our
Super Saturday. WWL's Dave Cohen has details from New Orleans.
The National Retail Federation expects record crowd shopping, and for many people, it's all they can
Name that station, baby.
I'm finished. I'm not doing any more shopping.
Along with record crowds, LSU marketing professor Dan Rice says we're seeing record spending, but he says it's a little misleading.
Driven largely by increases in prices through things like tariffs and inflation.
Dave Cohen for CBS News, New Orleans.
Holiday travel is getting into full swing. At Los Angeles International Airport, there are long lines for everything. This man says even dropping off luggage before his flight has been a hassle.
Oh, this is crazy. I've never seen bag drop this bad before. We've been here for about a little over an hour now.
And then there's the flight delays and cancellations. More than 1,000 delays nationwide yesterday, as reported by FlightAware. U.S. forces have stopped a second oil tanker off the coast of Venezuela. The BBC's Alfie Togut reports.
Footage released by the U.S. government and verified by the BBC shows helicopters hovering above the Panamanian-flagged Centuries as personnel board it. Officials say the tanker was carrying sanctioned oil, which they claim, without evidence, is used to fund what they call narco-terrorism. But the ship is not on the U.S. Treasury's list of sanctioned vessels.
The move comes days after President Trump announced a blockade of all sanctioned oil tankers coming in and out of Venezuela. American forces seized the first
president,
oil
baby.
tanker
Yeah, baby.
Woo! Say farewell to SNL's Bowen Yang. The comedian joined host and his Wicked movie co-star, Ariana Grande, during the monologue of Saturday Night Live last night on NBC. The thing about trying to find holiday gifts for people you don't really know. Bowen Yang joined the comedy show as a writer in 2018. This is CBS News.
Check off the wish list with instant savings and free battery offers on select Steel tools. Shop online at steelusa.com or in-store.
A KFC tale in the pursuit of flavor. The holidays were tricky for the Colonel. But he... Stuffed KFC's $4.99 chicken hot pot. Flaky. Excuse to get some time to yourself and step away from decking the hall. Whatever that means. The Colonel lived so we could chicken. KFC's chicken pot pie. The best $4.99 you'll spend this season.
Prices and participation may vary. Welcome on flat. Subscription fees extra.
Selling your home, it's one of the biggest financial decisions you'll ever make. You could go it alone, trying to navigate market trends, determine fair pricing, and tackle tricky negotiations on your own. You could second-guess every decision, wondering if you're doing it right. Then there's the showings, the offers, and the mountain of paperwork. Or you can work with the expertise of a realtor, here to guide and help protect as you make your next big move. Realtors are members of the National Association of Realtors, right by you.
Feel like the Grinch is stealing your Christmas? Your tree could be to blame. Wasn't that fun? Putting up your tree, turning on the twinkle lights, and hanging your favorite ornaments. Now comes the party crasher. Allergies. It doesn't matter if it's fake or real. Bringing a Christmas tree into your home can bring with it pollen dust and insect droppings. One study finds 7% of allergy patients can link respiratory or skin symptoms back to Christmas trees. If you can't live without one, experts recommend stocking up on allergy meds, cleaning artificial trees that have been in storage all year, and dusting off your ornaments regularly. Deborah Rodriguez, CBS News. A life ring and a lifeboat remnant from the famous Great Lakes shipwreck have sold at auction for $150,000 a month after the 50th anniversary of the sinking of the Edmund Fitzgerald. Linda Kenyon, CBS News.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group. Did you buy a timeshare because they told you it was a great investment? That's a lie. Most timeshares can be bought online for $1. To find out what your timeshare is worth and to cancel it, call us today and we'll send you our timeshare exit kit free with all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley for your free exit info guide. 800-941-2255. That's 800-941-2255.
Hey, I'm Mike Slater. My dad passed away at the age of 63. Out of nowhere. Stroke.
super hard, obviously, for the whole family, but my dad had life insurance. This is why I have life insurance for my family, for my wife, and 4 kids. And the best place to get life insurance is ethos.com, because you can do it in 10 minutes. And there's no medical exam and no blood test, just a few health questions. Get life insurance in 10 minutes so your family is protected. Ethos, E-T-H-O-S, ethos.com/life.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding,
There you go.
Pittsburgh's #1 platinum preferred roofing replacement contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
Can anybody ID that station?
Today brings a windy
Please,
and colder second
right
half
now.
of the weekend despite a good deal of sunshine with a high only
Right now,
of freezing,
please.
followed by a mainly clear night tonight and a low of 20. That leads to increasing clouds through the day tomorrow with a high of 39, before some drizzle at times and plenty of clouds on Tuesday, high 46. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist LaTroy Thornton, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA. Rob Fresh on the voice of Pittsburgh, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
All right, your Pat Pack for Sunday, and the lead is dozens of Pittsburghers spent their Saturday morning telling city council members something they likely already knew. Residents don't support a tax increase, and they don't want reductions in critical services. So here's the question. How does that happen? We went toe-to-toe with the listeners yesterday, just about 24 hours ago. It was the lead then, and it's the lead today after the residents have their say. I get it. Totally respect it. I don't want tax increases of any kind either. But living in the city, I've often said, it's a really unique opportunity, because the city does offer a lot of unique opportunities, and those critical services are second to none. I have been in this place that is Pittsburgh for many years, since the mid-'80s, and one of the things that the residents have always told me, how much they appreciate the snow removal, the trash pickup, and all the other critical services that are out there. The police, the first responders, the EMTs, the firefighters. I mean, when I drive through the city and I see fire stations and those zone stations, and I see these vehicles rolling through the city, I simply say more times than not, what a wonderful place to live. So what I would be doing, I would give that mayor-elect, Corey O'Connor, an opportunity to wrap his hands around everything that needs to be looked at. I would forge ahead, and I would start thinking about telling those who are in positions of political power that you need to start creating the business matrix, the jobs, the manufacturing. You need to go out and promote corporate America to return to the city of neighborhoods. And if you start bringing corporate business back, people will move into the neighborhoods. They will stay in the neighborhoods, and the tax base will grow. But right now, it's the old saying, you have to spend money to make money. Look, it's tough. It's rough. But all I ever hear is no, 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 no. Well, we should have been saying for years, why? 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 Meaning no jobs, no future, losing more as opposed to gaining in the way of census numbers. We have a really tough position right now in the city. And for those of us who don't live in the city of neighborhoods, many of us are dealing with the exact same thing in the communities we call home. We've seen tax increases in Beaver County, recent assessments. Hey, I hear it all the time. But the best way to turn things around, it will always be, as it always has been, jobs first, jobs last. Let's just look at this as a speed bump. Let's get over it, and let's get to the future by creating jobs. U.S. Coast Guard Maritime Special Reaction Team, assisted by the U.S. Navy, has seized a second oil tanker off the coast of Venezuela. It happened Saturday. CBS Radio News moments ago with the details. This according to U.S. officials. Well, look, game on. Maduro has had more opportunities than most to push back or to at least lean in and have some sort of dialogue with the president. They just keep pushing their luck. And the president is simply saying, look, hold you once, hold you twice, and it's about ready to be go time. I'm starting to believe that it's going to happen more than ever.
I don't know all the particulars or all the reasons, but I gotta believe that the administration has done their due diligence and they have left no stone unturned. But I'm also telling you on this Sunday morning, don't be surprised if there isn't some sort of government coup, that he is basically shown the door, taken out of office, removed. I don't wish any ill will on anyone, but I have to believe the people of Venezuela are saying, look, we're in the crosshairs of the most powerful nation on the planet. We are outnumbered, we are outgunned, we're all just trying to carve out a living, we're trying to make a go of it, and the last thing we need right now is any kind of conflict, but especially with the United States of America. Talking about the illegal drugs in this country. So, Maduro, as much as he should be concerned about the United States of America, his head's probably on a swivel too. He's looking over his shoulder more times than not. Because I have to believe there has to be a movement somewhere, not just in the government, but in the streets, in the communities, in the neighborhoods, in that citizenship in the Venezuelan country right now that is saying, what has this guy gotten us into? What are we going to do if these soldiers from the United States start really coming into our country? How could we even think of possibly stopping that? I don't care how powerful they think they have a military or the ability to fight back. We all know in reality it's not going to happen. So, Maduro right now, it's high noon. The president is waiting. The clock is ticking. Decisions have to be made because lives are at stake here. All right, before we get to the phones, you can always listen to us at 100.1 FM, AM 1020 KDK, or on the Odyssey app. That's AUDACY. You can also watch us online with our KDK Radio video stream presented by Metropolitan Window Company. Just go to kdkradio.com and click on Watch KDK Radio live stream, and now you can also go to our KDK Radio YouTube page and watch everything that we are doing in the studio. Now, if you want to jump in, it's 866-391-1020. Already have some calls in the queue. And also, NASCO Roofing Instant Access to our shows. Click away. Email us at instantacces@kdkradio.com. Look, really mild out there today. But as we definitely have seen over the last couple of weeks, this weather has really been topsy-turvy, up and down, right? Lots of accumulation. We've had more snow from between Thanksgiving and now than I can remember in recent years, and they're talking about a lot of snow coming in January. So let me just suggest when the weather turns bad, turn to kdkradio.com for up-to-the-minute news, weather, and traffic information. From the KDK Radio Storm Center, brought to you by Duquesne Light Company, larger than light, only on the voice of Pittsburgh, 100.1 FM, AM 1020 KDK. It's been a busy couple of days for me. But we're going to get even busier because we've got the Feast of the Seven Fishes, in which we're going to be doing the full gambit from 5:30 in the morning until 1 at Coons Market on McKnight Road. And then, I want to remind you, doors open at 8, and you're all welcome to pour on in because we're going to have food, entertainment, great guest conversations. And, we got something started yesterday that I haven't heard in a long time. Storytellers, people actually talking about things that they remember. And we got talking about downtown Pittsburgh. I can't believe how many people have reached out to me about that, just kind of reminiscing about downtown Pittsburgh. And it kind of ties into what we were talking about earlier, because you get more stores downtown, you get more people on the streets with paychecks, cash flow, tax base. We're not going to be dealing with tax increases, and the people in the city of Pittsburgh won't have to reach into their wallet and spend more, and they'll get to keep all the critical services. So it's really been a good couple of days. Let's keep it going. We'll take a short break. Love to hear from you. If you have some stories that you want to share about the holiday season, past or present, you are always welcome, especially this time of year. 866-391-1020. It's hashtag Sunday morning. Back after a quick break and a quick look at sports. Next on KDKA.
No gift? No problem. With Target's last-minute gifts, the holidays are a breeze. You can score on the hottest toys, beauty must-have, top-of-the stocking stuffers, and much more. And if you need it now, no worries. Swing by any Target store today and snag all the stocking stuffers and gifts for the most magical season yet. Step into the holidays, check off everything on your list, and save big on your last-minute gifts. Only at Target. Restrictions apply.
For nearly 2,000 severely injured veterans, everyday life has become filled with barriers. So we build specially adapted homes at Homes for Our Troops. And thanks to our donors and supporters, this life-changing gift of freedom is provided mortgage-free to these veterans. But we need you to join us, too, in completing this important mission. Please visit hfotusa.org and help build homes and rebuild lives.
The KDKA radio text line is driven by Kenny Ross Auto Group. Find your best deal and Pittsburgh's best warranty at KennyRoss.com. News 3, KDKA. Sports brought to you by Coons Market with 8 locations to serve your Pittsburgh tradition. College football playoff action yesterday. Miami defeated Texas A&M 10-3. It was Ole Miss over Tulane 41-10. And James Madison lost to Oregon 51-34. NFL action yesterday. Philadelphia defeated Washington 28-19 with the win. They become the first team in the NFC East to win back-to-back conference titles in 20 years, and they also eliminate Dallas from the postseason. Green Bay lost their quarterback Jordan Love to concussion, and they lost in overtime to Chicago too, 22-16. Basketball today, Pitt, Penn State, noon, 93-7 the Fan. Yesterday, Robert Morris defeated St. Francis of Pennsylvania, 79-70. The Pens were shut out against Montreal, the final 4-0. And the Steelers today, 4:24, will take on Detroit. More sports at 937thefan.com.
See website for details. Bill Pappin is not a lender and does not make credit decisions. Hey, Bill Pappin! So when you need extra cash back, go to BillPappin.com. Have you been turned down? Are your credit cards maxed out? Do you have bad credit? Go to BillPappin.com. You can find a lender and get up to $5,000 cash as early as tomorrow. BillPappin.com. It's safe, secure, and all online. Just remember, when you need cash, go to BillPappin.com. BillPappin.com for the cash you need now. BillPappin.com.
Got any gadgets? Get online protection. NordVPN has a ho-ho holiday deal just for you. Secure up to 10 devices with a single account. NordVPN's Threat Protection Pro feature helps you avoid malware, phishing, and annoying crackers. Just a few taps and you're safer online. Let your gadgets sparkle with online security. Go to NordVPN.com and get up to 77% off plus 3 extra months. NordVPN.
My name is Emma. I am 13 years old. 6 years ago, I was injured in a car accident that left me paralyzed from the waist down. Once I completed rehab, my mom applied for a canine companion service dog. Last January, I finally got to meet my service dog, Marcia. We quickly developed a very strong bond. Together, we go to my horseback riding lessons, school band practice, swim meets, and archery classes. Together, we pick vegetables, and we like to cut flowers. I love Marcia. She makes me feel like together we can do anything. I can't imagine life without her. She's a part of the family. We are just one of the thousands of teams Canine Companions has paired together over the past 50 years. With your help, we can continue for another 50. Visit canine.org to see the many ways you can change lives.
Join Rob Pratt every Sunday at 11 a.m. for Black and Gold Sunday, presented by Coons Market, your hometown Pittsburgh grocer. Rob keeps you posted on Pittsburgh sports with 2 hours of exciting talk. That's Black and Gold Sunday, 11 to 1, presented each week by Coons Market.
Listen to KDKA Radio on the Odyssey, iHeartRadio, or TuneIn app.
Hear about it. Then talk about it. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
Hey, for one night only, Wednesday, December 17th, Odyssey, Pittsburgh, our stations, 93.7 The Fan, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA, 100.7 Star, WAMO 107.3 and Y108, will be flipping the turntables and turning Mike's Beer Bar into the biggest Christmas karaoke spot on the North Shore, where our on-air hosts and local celebrities take the mic for celebrity karaoke. There is no admission cost, but bring canned food, donations to support North Hills Cares, details KDKRadio.com. I'm just kind of curious, how many of you in the audience have ever done karaoke? You know, I am not shy when it comes to a microphone, live crowds, spoken in front of thousands of people, done network stuff. I mean, been at this great brand forever, the Pioneer Broadcasting Station to America. But I'm not a karaoke guy. I'm just being perfectly blunt. But one of my secret passions is, back before the pandemic, when we actually had some bars that would stay open past 8 o'clock at night, I would roll into some of these places in the town that I live in, and I would just kind of sit in the corner, have a couple of adult beverages, and I would just really love watching people do karaoke. And I got to tell you, some of these folks, and they were all good in my mind, just to have the courage to get up there and do it. But some were like really strong. And it just goes to show you, it's all about timing, okay? It's about being in the right place at the right time, delivering exactly what is needed. Somebody gets a chance to see you, and then they know someone who knows someone else. That person calls this person, they connect with the other person, and the next thing you know, you're up on the main stage, right? But I understand, even in my business, how competitive entertaining is. But man, when you look at those who make the gift of singing a part of their career, you just really have to be in the right place at the right time. I mean, I remember 06, Taylor Swift is here, Wyomissing, Pennsylvania, singing the national anthem at a Steelers game. She's the biggest thing on the planet now. But what you have to understand, it doesn't stand still for any time. I mean, the Beatles, the Rolling Stones, Elvis Presley, they come, they go, someone else takes their place. It's just mind-boggling. And now, with all of these shows like America's Got Talent, The Voice, new talent is popping up all the time. But I know people who literally work hard during the day. They drive a truck, they deliver the mail, but then at night, they get dressed up and they will go follow that karaoke microphone. And they have their own little core group of fans who follow with them, people who sing in like groups of 5. They'll get up and do duets. I mean, it's crazy. And back in the day, when I moved back to my town that I live in now for the second time, every Sunday night, this one bar had karaoke. And Sundays and weekends, as most of you know, are crazy for me. I mean, I have very little room to do anything but work, right? You get up at 2 in the morning, you're doing all of this here, about 20 hours over 2 days, and then, of course, you do all of the social media stuff. You start planning for the week ahead, so there's not much time. So you carve out a little bit of time each and every night, either after work during my week show or on the weekends on Sunday. Well, I would walk up to this little karaoke bar, and I would just sit there and, get a couple of beers, very, ball cap on, no one knew, because I hadn't been back in town very long, and I am not I'm not a social butterfly. When I'm out, unless I'm with some people that are interacting in conversation, I can sit alone for an hour or two just by myself, just kind of looking at people. But what was great about karaoke, you didn't have to really carry on conversations with people. You didn't have to get involved in conversations with people. All you did was just kind of sit there, maybe get some, finger food, pretzels, snacks, whatever, drink a couple of beers, and watch these karaoke performers. And after about a month or so, I realized that they basically traveled in groups. And this was like Sunday here, and then there was Monday here, and Tuesday here, and then eventually it would end up at this other little social club that used to be open a little bit later at night, and that too has kind of gone away. So I would kind of do the double thing. I'd go one place for an hour or two, and then I'd go down the street for the other few hours at that late night place, that social club. And I started to realize, and the wheels started turning, I'm surprised that nobody has never done like a reality karaoke TV show. Where you have a competition and you just visit some of the top karaoke bars around the country. And it's really big in other parts of the world, in Europe and in Asia. Karaoke is massive. But the thing that blows me away, if you would do like this national TV, like karaoke show, you would find some really incredible, talented people that could push the envelope and push some of these big stars of today. let's face it, downloading music today, social media, great brands like YouTube and Facebook and TikTok and X and all these things, Instagram that are happening, people have a platform now. They have the ability to be able to get out there and do their thing. And I just think it's a game changer. And it's intriguing to me how somebody, like my mother used to sing around the house all the time, especially during the holidays. You heard that story from CBS Top of the Hour about dusting off ornaments and this and that. My mother always, she dusted constantly. One time I was looking at a box of pictures, and I kept thinking, where'd the extra lighting come from? They didn't have, ring lights and stuff back in the day. That wasn't what it was. She used so much pledge on the woodwork, like the bookcase and the trim around the baseboard, that the lighting just kind of just fed off of it, and the room was so bright, because my mother was always cleaning, but she was always singing. And my mother actually wrote a song one time and got the song published, and my mother actually sang better than the woman who they used to record the song. So I just think and my mother was in this thing called the Ziegfeld Folly Girls. They would do, put on presentations every year at the local high school. So it's not unordinary. I guess it's not unordinary that there are people in our neighborhood that walk amongst us who have as much talent, if not more so, than some of these major stars. You just have to be in the right place at the right time and have to have somebody discover you. But I miss all that. I miss going to these karaoke bars and hanging out and talking to people or just listening to these people. And they're doing covers of some of the greats. Everybody from a Sinatra, Barbara Streisand, or a Taylor Swift, or Ariana Grande. Kool and the Gang. It's crazy. Temptations, lots of Motown, Smokey Robinson, Stevie Wonder, Jackson 5, and they nail it every time. And honestly, there are some that are so good at it, if you close your eyes while you're in that room, it's almost like listening to the person who originally recorded it. So I just thought I'd share that with you because of that story about Mike's Beer Bar. So you're going to want to check that out and be a part of it. I'm actually working that night, but I'll be honest with you. I would not embarrass myself to the point where I would make you all feel uncomfortable, because the voice works. I can put a sentence or two together, and I do sing at home when there's nobody around. But, man, I love karaoke. And there are some really incredibly talented people out there, too, who do amazing at it. All right, listen, we got lots of calls. I'm going to get to them on the other side. I just wanted to kind of start a little slow today because it's the holiday, right? We got a lot of tough stuff we have to talk about, and we'll do that. It's all good. So stay where you're at. It's your Pratt Pack CBS Radio News coming up in a couple, and then we'll come back and we'll take some of your calls. Plus, Mary Hours, First Alert Forecast, KDK Television will be here as well. Stay with us.
Got any gadgets? Get online protection. NordVPN has a ho-ho holiday deal just for you. Secure up to 10 devices with a single account. NordVPN's Threat Protection Pro feature helps you avoid malware, phishing, and annoying trackers. Just a few taps and you're safer online. Let your gadgets sparkle with online security. Go to NordVPN.com and get up to 77% off plus 3 extra months. NordVPN.
Just crossed over into the antique zone.
At Ian Miller Antique Mall, save 20% starting Black Friday through December 31st. Join them for their Christmas open house Saturday, December 6th from 10:30 a.m. to 7 p.m. Enjoy cookies, coffee, free raffles, and store-wide savings of 20% off and less March firm. Santa Claus will be visiting from noon to 3 p.m. Don't miss it. Ian Miller Antique Mall in Verona. Like them on Facebook or call 412-828-3288. Tune in to 1020 KDKA Radio for Medical Frontiers with Dr. Gerald Piper from the Allegheny Health Network every Monday from 7 to 8 p.m. Dr. Piper and his special guests will cover the information that you want to know about your health and the latest trends in medicine.
Beckett's amazing. He's a miracle child. In the mornings, he'll wake up and he'll roll the shades up and, Dad, it's time to get up. It's a bright, beautiful day.
He started getting dizzy. At the first of the year, he started going, I have to sit down, I'm dizzy, Mommy. A month after his 3rd birthday, he got diagnosed with ATRT brain cancer. All you can think of is, the kid's not going to live. The fact that St. Jude doesn't build is a godsend. And the fact that we don't have to ask for help here makes things a lot easier to go through what we have to go through with Beckett. The fact that they are researching and they are saving these children is so important. We wouldn't be where we are without St. Jude, and in turn, we wouldn't be where we are without those people that have donated. They're the reason why my son's still alive.
Finding cures, saving children. Learn more at stjude.org.
It's the third annual Edgar Snyder and Associates Holiday Hoops Classic on Monday, December 22nd at PPG Paints Arena. It's a full day of exciting high school basketball. 4 games, starting with an 11 o'clock matchup pitting Carrick against Alderdice, and ending with a clash between Mars and Peters Township. It's brought to you by Tobacco-Free Adagio Health. High school basketball lives on 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KBKA.
From the Aetna Medicare Studios.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KBKA.
Webpage for documents related to sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. Missing some files. CBS is fueled online speculation about whether those documents were intentionally removed to protect people in power. Get a move on. I'm running out to ship your holiday gift.
To get those kids where they need to go by Christmas, you better ship now, for UPS is Tuesday, and FedEx lets you ship as late as Christmas Eve. But the longer you wait, the more you'll have to pay.
You better pack your patience if you're traveling by air this holiday season. You're from the Boston One Traveler.
Get to the airport as early as you can. Do your best to be kind to each other.
CBS News 3. I'm Linda Kenyon.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Why should you hire America's largest injury law firm for your case? There's lots of reasons. Just like there's a reason millions of people called us last year in their time of need. When it comes to fighting for justice and compensation, millions of people across the country trust us to go to battle for them. We became the largest injury law firm in the world for a reason. There's only one Morgan & Morgan, for the people.com. Just dial Panel Law or visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
My name is Emma. I am 13 years old. 6 years ago, I was injured by a car accident that left me paralyzed from the waist down. Once I completed rehab, my mom applied for a canine companion service dog. Last January, I finally got to use my service dog, Garcia, who took himself a very strong bond. Together, we gave him physical emotions,
through inclusive education, therapy sessions, and job-skills development, serving students ages 5 to 21 with Down syndrome, autism, and other intellectual disabilities. Find San Jose's school programs within select Catholic schools in Pittsburgh area, including a post-secondary program at Duquesne University. For over 7 years, they've empowered students of all ages to live independently and contribute usefully to society. Learn more or donate at sanjosekids.org.
Christmas.
Thank you.
I haven't had a chance to call. Yeah, and you were talking about memories in Pittsburgh, but I want to say really quick since you brought up the karaoke thing. My mom was a jazz singer in Pittsburgh.
Oh, wow.
When I was growing up, yeah, she sang at like Top of the Triangle, the Living Room, places, Claire House in South Hills. But I grew up, she was also a vocal teacher. So I grew up singing, and so I love it. Oh my gosh, I love karaoke. And she had me sing, I was like 12. She had me sing at the Veterans Hospital, Aspenwall, and I'm saying, that's how we mother. Just like, come on, and I do sing. I enjoy it, So I do have fun with karaoke,
This Mike's Beer Bar event's going to be off the chart, and if I wasn't working, I would definitely be there. I honestly would love to just be at any karaoke event, any place, anytime, anywhere, and just applaud and just really encourage people. And again, even those who may not be able to carry a tune as well as others, just to be able to get up there and have the courage to do it, it's impressive, and I'm just a big fan of it. Always has been.
Yeah, it's a rush is what I can say, because I'm not shy. When it comes to stuff like that, I just go for it. Even though you're nervous, but it's so fun. But anyway, so downtown, I just have such fond memories of downtown Pittsburgh growing up. We would go, we would drive into the city and go look at the lights, and I just remember everything being so, like, a slower pace, and my mom, they were talking yesterday, she didn't drive, and she was like 53 years old, but we would get on the bus and go into the city, and just Palmer's restaurant,
week where you started to bring that date or two for the first time home for the holidays. Remember those days, how innocent and just incredibly fun they were when you'd be introducing that significant other, the girl you were going steady with, or the boy in your case, and you would like introduce them to your parents and your grandparents. And I was always so proud of my grandparents and my parents. You know what I mean? It was good stuff. Those memories are long gone. It's over. So it is what it is.
I know. That's why we talk about them, to keep them alive, right?
Amen. Amen. Listen, have a good holiday. Thank you.
You too, Rob. Merry Christmas. Bye-bye.
Merry Christmas. Merry Hours, First Alert Forecast. So, Mary, I was talking about karaoke. I got to believe you karaoke sometime in your life, right?
It's called karaoke.
Well, you know what? I love Kelly Clarkson. She does this karaoke, just like you kind of little play on words there.
Yeah.
She was one of the most incredibly talented singers ever on the planet Earth. I mean, it's incredible. I mean, that's gift. I mean, there's not one genre that she can't cover. It's captivating. When I listen to her, I just get blown away every time. Every song that she covers, I'm like, how's she going to handle this? Country, rock, soul, rhythm and blues. She hits it out of the park. She's amazing.
Yeah, I love her. She's perfect. I mean, I don't even think I've ever heard her mess up or crack or anything. It's just, the range is incredible.
It is. She's a power player, too. She's got a lot of things going on. Listen, I noticed that we're looking at the upper 30s to the mid-40s on the holiday that is Christmas. So no white Christmas, but some mild temperatures.
Oh my gosh, yeah, we're talking the 50s. So I think Halloween we were at like 53, so it's going to be warmer than it was on Halloween. So we'll probably get to those mid-50s for Thursday, for Christmas, even in the 40s on Wednesday. We just have the chance for a few rain showers around on Christmas Day, and then we stay into the 50s even on Friday. So by the time we get to Saturday, we're in the mid-40s, but that's still above average. So yeah, big warm-up. Today we'll have falling temperatures for today, so it is going to be cooler. We do begin winter at 10:03 today, the winter solstice. And then, yeah, we have near normal temperatures Monday, so ultimately it's a pretty decent week, and I'm not complaining because I kind of want an each work week for Christmas week, you know?
So you working this week?
I do. I work every day this week besides Christmas morning.
Yeah, well, me too. So it's all good. Hey, this is what we do. This is our chosen profession. I don't think I've ever really had, I mean, we had Christmas off here because we had programming, but I have to do some NFL stuff. But to be quite honest with you, it's kind of almost like it's expected of us. I don't know. I've never really minded working holidays.
Yeah, it's tough. It is tough with the kids. Yeah, I had last week off for 5 days, and then now the stretch starts with like a 50 or so hour work week, and then I have to work like New Year's Eve, New Year's Day. We're just short-staffed, so I mean, I'm like, hey, I'm a team player. We'll get through this holiday and just try to make each day as easy as possible for myself.
Listen, back in the day when I was a whole lot younger, I went through like a 20-year period where from Thanksgiving till January 1st, I was here every day, sometimes twice a day. So that's just, it's the nature of the beast, but 'tis the season. Listen, I do want to say thanks for everything you've done this past year. You're just such a bright light, and I appreciate you, and your legend continues to grow. So happy holidays, Merry Christmas to you and your significant other, your children, your family, and just keep doing what you're doing, okay?
Oh, thank you so much. And Merry Christmas to you guys as well.
Merry Hours, working a little overtime, but you know, honestly, it wouldn't be the holidays without, spending some time with you on the radio. All right, let's take a break. We'll come back. We got Ken. He's still hanging in there. We're going to take some more calls at the top of the hour. We're going to be back at Open Talk at 6:30, so we'll kind of pick up on some other things there as well, too. But it is the holiday, and we're trying to ease into it. I'm going to be in tomorrow. We've got Medical Frontiers a little bit early tomorrow because of the basketball that we're going to have. That's Edgar Snyder Holiday Basketball Tournament. Edgar Snyder, what a cool guy, great guy. I've known him for a long time. He's just a real big part of Pittsburgh. So looking forward to the basketball tomorrow, Medical Frontiers at 4. And then on Tuesday, I'll be on the Colin Dunlap Show. And we're going to really dedicate a lot of it to kind of getting you ready for the epic broadcast that we've been doing for 30 years, the Feast of the Seven Fishes. We'll have some holiday stories and some really good stuff that I think you'll find interesting and some great ideas to help you plan your holiday as well, too. And then we crank it up 5:30 in the morning until 1 at Queens Market on McKnight Road for the Feast of the Seven Fishes. So we got a busy week, your Frat Pack. Stay with us, KDKA Pittsburgh.
With
KBKARadio.com. News Radio, KBKA Sports.
Sports brought to you by Coons Market with 8 locations to serve you a Pittsburgh tradition. College football playoff action yesterday. Miami defeated Texas A&M 10-3. It was Ole Miss over Tulane 41-10, and James Madison lost to Oregon 51-34. NFL action yesterday. Philadelphia defeated Washington 28-19 with the win. They become the first team in the NFC East to win back-to-back conference titles in 20 years, and they also eliminate Dallas from the postseason. Green Bay lost their quarterback Jordan Love to concussion, and they lost in overtime to Chicago too, 22-16. Basketball today hit Penn State, 93-7 the Fan. Yesterday, the Silverwolves defeated St. Francis of Pennsylvania, 79-70. The Pens were shut out against Montreal the final 4-0. And the Steelers today, 4:24, will take on Detroit. More sports at 937thefan.com.
Life-changing medicine is happening every day at UPMC Heart and Vascular Institute.
We have the luxury to be bold, to continue to be pioneers in the world for innovative heart care.
We are the place of discovery. Literally, the world experts in cardiac care are in this institution. By combining technology, research, and the latest innovations, patients from all over the world come to UPMC.
Because of the expertise that exists here at UPMC, it allows us to take on patients that have been turned down in other centers. We offer unique heart procedures that you cannot get anywhere else. One of our founding mantras is that compassion has to be at the forefront of everything that we do.
From leading the region in cardiac procedures to being the only center in the state to offer integrated women's health and heart care, UPMC is pioneering life-changing cardiac care every day. Your heart care matters. Visit upmc.com/heart to learn more.
Have a house you're ready to sell? Brian Schwab here with the Home Buyers of Pittsburgh. I want to make your next home sale the easiest one yet. Over a decade in business and 175 plus 5-star reviews. We've helped people in all different situations get the most money out of their house when they need it. We'll save you time, money, and stress, and we'll even help you move. Call 412-500-9057 to get your cash offers as little as 24 hours. That's 412-500-9057 or visit homebuyersofpittsburgh.com today. Bulls of Honor has been meeting sacrifice with us since 2019 in Western Pennsylvania. It's their honor to empower people through education and the opportunity to create. 41% of Bulls of Honor scholarships are rewarded to minorities, making the recipient families as diverse as the country we call home. Bulls of Honor has earned the Gold Star Platinum Seal as well as a 4 out of 4 stars ranking on Charity Navigator. You can become a Bulls of Honor wingman today at westernpa.bullsofhonor.org. Please donate today. Christmas Toyota of Monroeville is a proud supporter of Bulls of Honor.
I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group. Did you buy a timeshare because they told you it was a great investment? That's a lie. Most timeshares can be bought online for $1. So find out what your timeshare is worth and to cancel it, call us today and we'll send you our timeshare exit kit free with all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley for your free exit info guide. 800-941-2255. That's 800-941-2255.
I'm Mike Slater. My dad passed away at the age of 63, out of nowhere. Stroke. It's hard, obviously. The whole family, but my dad had life insurance. This is what not has life insurance. For my wife, and 4 kids. The best place to get life insurance is ethos.com. You can do it in 10 minutes. And there's no medical exam and no blood test. And health questions. Get life insurance in 10 minutes for your family protected. Ethos. E-T-H-O-S. Ethos.com/life.
The voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020.
All right, here we go. Right to the phones with your Pat Pack. Rob Taylor, less than 10 minutes away, but that means it's 6 a.m. Kenny, how are you? Good morning, bud.
Hey, what's going on? I want to put a hands up to that raid they had last night in that oil tanker. I cannot believe these guys are coming down ropes in a moving helicopter on a moving ship. And that's number 2. I said, I don't care if they do 100 of them if it drops the price of gas in Pennsylvania. And anyway, out of that, real quick, I want to make mine quick. 37 states out of the 50 are under $3 a gallon. Then I'm really happy to see the young people engaged yesterday in that council meeting of raising taxes in the city. Like I said, I don't know what they're going to do down there. If you put them into receivership, the city, it's going to get worse for everybody across the state. And then Deluzio brings it up about specifically the price of concessions at the baseball, I guess, Penguins and Steelers games. And you know what? Taxpayers have already paid for that. To have high prices for the working class people down there, it's just off the chart. I'm trying to, let's see, what else did I need? That's about it. I want to let Ted get in here real quick.
No, you're good.
You have a Merry Christmas.
All right, Ken, you be good. Listen, Teddy just didn't wait. He's busy. The guy's probably hanging some Christmas decorations or something, but it's all good. So, anyway, listen, I'm going to take it the rest of the way. We've got a couple minutes, and then Rob will get in here. And we are going to have an extra half hour this morning of open talk. We'll jump back in at 6:30 and give you an opportunity to talk about some of the things we've been discussing. This city tax thing, look, I get it. And I don't want you to think, that I'm promoting it, we have to have it, and the only way they're going to survive as far as the schools, the critical services. And then we have to see what happens when Corey gets in. And look, Mayor Gainey, the pandemic, it's basically shut everything down. Look, the pandemic, we have to step out of our way right now. Whether we want to admit it or not, we are kind of guilty of what's happening in America with commerce and with businesses and why some of these entrepreneurs are struggling, because we got hermetically sealed in our homes. And I was guilty of it too. I mean, I had to. I wasn't really allowed to go anywhere. I mean, I didn't even see my kids for the longest time. My show. I just didn't help them. That was a very deadly virus. I mean, I lost a very good friend, same age as me, who was healthy one day, and within 2 weeks he was gone. And he was someone that I spent a lot of time with. We did a lot of socializing together, same age, same heritage, obviously same community, and had a lot in common. And he got it and was gone, and that really put the fear of God in me. And I'm like, look, this guy. So I should have just continued to lay low. But what happened was, once the opportunity for us to take off that mask and go back at it, we didn't go back at it. So what happened was people changed their going out to eat habits. People changed their, going out to the local bar and having a couple of adult beverages habits. People changed their habits as far as going to that one store when they realized they've been doing it online for years now because of the pandemic, and they were getting good results, and they didn't have to actually get up and physically go. But there are some places that still need you to actually show up, buy a burger, grab a beer, get something for the home, a piece of clothing, something, right? But I'm telling you what's also on the verge of happening, and I want you to listen to me closely. Do you realize that we better start ramping up Main Street America again? We better start getting businesses in some of these communities that haven't had a manufacturing base in decades. Why? Look around. There are a few malls that are thriving. Ross Park, right? South Hill Village, right? Robinson Town Center, right? There are others that are struggling, and you know who they are. And I want them to get as much business as they can this holiday season, because those malls are like cities within, a block of wall. There are thousands of people that have jobs. There's responsibilities. There's companies that have bottom lines. There's tax money in the communities. But a lot of these malls are evaporating in front of our very eyes. Walmart, for all of you naysayers, thank goodness they're still around and in the neighborhood, because they bring you all the things that you need throughout the year, right? But that's changing too. I can't tell you the last time I saw a new Walmart being built. I mean, and as long as they were being built, I knew America was up and running. As long as they're there, I know America's up and running. But we're going to have to start thinking about what do we do if some of this brick and mortar goes away. As much as people buy online and the Amazon trucks are flying through our neighborhood and FedEx and UPS and America's Postal Service, it's all good. We still have to have places that people go to work. People that are going to live, people that all they have done is work at retail. Back in the day, and that's always, I was always working Black Friday, and I had business matrix in a community to churn dollars and to have cash flow. So it's going to be a very interesting next 10 years. I'm telling you right now, we are either going to be in it to win it, or we're going to be left out in the cold. 866-391-1020. Keep that number handy because at 6:30 we're going to open the phones again. Tech Vibe Radio coming up in just a couple of moments. Rob's got the news at 6. Busy day here till 1 o'clock. It's a Sunday with your Pratt Pack on KDKA. Good morning.
The Big K Morning Show with Larry Richard. With Rich Fitzgerald, Executive Director of Southwestern Pennsylvania Commission. Things you've told us is there's a need for these data centers, but with that comes the power necessary to do it. A data center is really where the computations are occurring to provide all of the energy that is needed to run the things we see use every day. Our phone. Weekday mornings, 5:30 to 10 on the Voice of Pittsburgh, 100.1 FM and AM 1020, KDKA.
Running a small business is a daily balancing act. One late shipment, one price hike, one employee issue, and your whole month, maybe the entire year, could be in trouble. That's where LendSeek comes in. I needed $100,000 fast to keep up with inventory demand. LendSeek had me funded the same day I applied. Between their AI platform finding the fastest deal and a dedicated funding specialist guiding the process, it couldn't have been easier. Our AI-driven platform matches your business with the right program from over 100 funders, up to $2 million in as fast as 24 hours. Don't wait until it's too late. If you've been in business at least 2 years with more than $500,000 in annual revenue, qualifying is simple. No collateral, no out-of-pocket costs, no hassle. From lines of credit, term loans to revenue-based financing, LendSeek is open for business. Apply in minutes at lendseek.com. That's LENDSEEK.com.
At AHN, we see you juggling 100 things at once. That's why we made it easier to book with the doctors you need. With AHN online scheduling, you can book with your primary care provider or get time with a specialist. Visit ahn.org/schedule, answer a couple of simple questions, and search for providers, locations, and times that work best for you. Easy online scheduling, because at AHN, we see you.
I've heard everything you tell yourself every time you feel different, and I want you to know taking care of your mind is taking care of everyone you know. Love your mind. Find the show resources at loveyourmindtoday.org.
This is KDKA Radio on the Community Radio Station.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh, 100.1 FM and AM 1020, KDKA.
It is 32 degrees at Pittsburgh International at 6 o'clock. I'm Brad Taylor. Police in Armstrong County are asking for the public help to find a missing man. The Manor Township Police Department says 31-year-old Corey Cook was last seen on Thursday morning around 8 o'clock wearing a burgundy hooded sweatshirt and jeans, which was clearly suffering from paranoid delusions or hallucinations. His rental car was found abandoned near the grass bridge, but the 63 and 178 190 pounds. Following the vote, Mayor Haganian has 10 days to either sign or veto the budget.
CBS News has learned at least 15 documents related to Jeffrey Epstein and were initially released online by the Department of Justice have disappeared. CBS News correspondent Christian Benavides says more revelations are coming out with the latest documents that have been made public.
Republican Congressman Thomas Massey, who co-sponsored the legislation, posted on social media the Justice Department's release grossly fails to comply with both the spirit and the letter of the law. Within the documents that were released, a police report from 1986. Jennifer Freeman represents that survivor.
She reported Epstein to the authorities, to the federal authorities, to the FBI. And as far as we can tell, it looks like the government did absolutely nothing.
KDK Radio News Time, 6:02. The AccuWeather forecast coming up.
Not any gadgets. Get online protection. NordVPN has a ho-ho holiday deal just for you. Secure up to 10 devices with a single account. NordVPN's Threat Protection Pro feature helps you avoid malware, phishing, and annoying trackers. Just a few taps and you're safer online. Let your gadgets sparkle with online security. Go to NordVPN.com and get up to 77% off plus 3 extra months. NordVPN.
At Audion Hearing, our mission is simple, to make better hearing affordable for everyone. This Christmas holiday, enjoy exclusive savings on our high-quality rechargeable hearing aids. Clear, comfortable, and ready to use right out of the box. And here's a study worth hearing. Research shows that wearing hearing aids can reduce your risk of dementia by up to 61%. Join over 1 million happy customers and shop Christmas holiday deals before they're gone at audionhearing.com. That's AUDIEN hearing.com.
See website for details. BillsAppin.com is not a lender. It does not make credit decisions. Must be 18 years old. Not available in all states.
Honey, everything is so expensive, and our bills are piling up.
You're telling me credit cards are maxed out, rent is due, and the car payment's right around the corner? We need some extra cash.
Let me go what my friend from work did. He went to BillsHappen.com and got the money she needed the next day.
Our credit is not great. Are you sure that would work for us?
BillsHappen.com is one of the largest personal loan networks. They can help people with all credit types, down to $5,000.
Sounds like it's going to be a hassle.
My friend said it was super easy. She did it right from her phone during her lunch break.
If you have a regular source of income, you can be approved for a loan for up to $5,000. And you can connect your bank account the next day. BillsHappen.com's lenders have millions of dollars to lend, regardless of your credit history.
Guess what? I went to BillsHappen.com, and we're getting our money tomorrow.
Wow, that's fast. Problem solved.
If you need extra cash, go to BillsHappen.com. That's BillsHappen.com. BillsHappen.com.
The AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 platinum preferred roofing replacement contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
Today brings a windy and colder second half of the weekend despite a good deal of sunshine with a high only reaching freezing, followed by a mainly clear night tonight and a low of 20. That leads to increasing clouds through the day tomorrow with a high of 39. Before some drizzle at times and plenty of clouds on Tuesday, high 46. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist LaTroy Thornton, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Listen to KDKA Radio on the Odyssey, iHeartRadio, or TuneIn app.
The following program was pre-recorded. The following is paid for by the Pittsburgh Technology Council. Information on the program is intended to solely further the public's general knowledge about the product. Opinions expressed should not be relied upon for any purpose by any member of the audience. News Radio KDKA does not guarantee the accuracy of any of the information aired on the following program. Studio Me Productions is a full-service video production company based in Pittsburgh. It offers custom video production services, podcast studio rentals, and communication studio build-out. Choosing Studio Me Productions means investing in a partnership that values creativity and delivers results that exceed expectations. With a deep understanding of marketing and storytelling, Studio Me ensures your project will captivate and engage your viewers. Learn more at StudioMeProductions.com. That's StudioMeProductions.com. A strong work culture is the invisible force that bonds employees to each other, to the company, and to their work. It's linked to better business outcomes, happier employees, and increased retention. How we work and where we work continue to evolve in almost every way
Yet our human need for connection and purpose remain. Help your employees connect and thrive by evolving your culture to support your team, regardless of how or where they work. So discover how the Kindling Culture Agency can transform your company's culture at sparksomething.big.com. That's the Kindling Culture Agency at sparksomething.big.com. Compunetics is the leading developer of unified voice, video, and data collaboration encompassing applications for the service provider, government, and unique workflow applications. The Summit Olympus and Evergreen platforms, driven by their encrypted user interfaces, enable powerful and secure collaboration. Combined with world-class support and innovative professional services, Compunetics delivers the right solution every time. Learn more at Compunetics.com. This is Tech Vibe Radio. It's your front row seat to this technology and innovation ecosystem. Tech Vibe is brought to you by the generous support of Compunetics at Compunetics.com, Chorus Call at ChorusCall.com, Highmark at Highmark.com, Huntington Bank at Huntington.com, the Kindling Culture Agency at thekindlingagency.com, PNC Bank at PNC.com, Xavier at Xavier.com, and Studio Me at StudioMeProductions.com. Tech Vibe proudly broadcasts from the Huntington Bank Studios. Let's get the show on the road. Good morning. It's Jonathan Gersing with the Pittsburgh Technology Council. And it's been a crazy, fun week at Tech Vibe. We were actually live on air this Tuesday with the one and only, the definitive Rob Pratt. And we were talking about the tech behind Pittsburgh's biggest brands. And for today's show, I've spun up our interviews with Core Natural Resources, FedEx, Comcast, and Huntington Bank. Having our conversation live was so amazing, and I thought you would really enjoy learning about these brands and some of the technology that goes right on behind them. And I can't thank KDKA and Odyssey enough for partnering with us on that amazing opportunity to do some live radio with the thing we love most, technology in Pittsburgh. I hope you enjoyed giving it a listen. I know we sure had a great time. We're going to take you behind the curtain with some of Pittsburgh's biggest and brightest businesses in the world of technology. And Audrey Russo is here along with Jonathan Cushing. So Audrey, you're going to begin, and you're going to be talking about my brand that I love and will never change, Comcast. Go ahead.
So we have Aaron Mimran. He's Regional VP at Comcast. Thank you for being here. Love your outfit. He's wearing a Comcast V-neck.
Always on
looking
brand.
Pretty.
He's sharp, man. He's sharp.
Looking dapper. So let's sort of jump right in. Let's talk about Comcast. There's this campaign you have running right now. It's called Imagine That. And it's reimagined Frankenstein showcases that technology can simplify life. Do you want to blow that up a little bit?
I do, and, well, first of all, thank you for, doing this, and really happy to have this conversation, and thank you for being such a great and loyal customer. Appreciate that very much. I think first to understand, Imagine That, and I think first to understand where we're trying to go, Comcast is an ecosystem. So under the Comcast umbrella is Xfinity, NBC.
Let me turn that off for a minute. There you go. KDKA, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, exactly. Bammo. There we go. And let me see what else. Yep. I hit my goal, baby. RRT08. Or RRT, yeah, there you go. He's back. Yeah, he's back. There you go. He's back. Let's see what else we got going on. But I gotta say, conditions are not the best. Of course, you know, you got Christmas lights and all that, so I know it sucks, man. It sucks. It sucks, bro. So let's see.
23 of 29 passing for two.
There's so many interesting, exciting.
Oasis from New York.
Activities of the church 500 years ago. It's something involved with Christ, second time. Let's go.
Gift card for Amazon and other.
Let me go back down. Let me go back down. It's 640, but I don't know what that is. 640, I don't know what that is. Anyway, I turned it off for a second. Sorry. Let me see what we had. Too early for that. He's back. You're picking up Pittsburgh. Yeah, Pittsburgh 1020. KDKA. Very nice. I know, Kate. What the hell? What the hell? The hell, man? Oh, there we go. Sorry about that. Washing machine behind me. Yeah, 1690 earlier. But that one lately, I've been having trouble with that one. WPTX. Lately, I've been having trouble with that. So, let me... actually, you know what? I'm going to go up to 1700. Let me go up to 1700 and then I'll go down. Wow. $15.60. What the hell is $15.60? 1560. Wow. Let me zoom out. Let me try without the loop. Oh yeah, Christmas music for sure. Wow. I'm gonna be right there. That's it. I go right here. Go on. Right there, that spot. Yeah, okay, yeah, there you go. Family radio, that's right. Family radio, there you go. Wow. Just that one spot. Wow, family radio. $15.50.
John the Baptist is standing beside the Jordan River, and you see Jesus of Nazareth walking by, and he says, look, there goes the Lamb of God for the people of opportunity.
English too, wow. All right. Yeah. Normally it's CBEF out of Canada. And it's in French, but right now I'm getting it in English. So it's probably the same thing. I don't know. Maybe it is. Maybe it is. Anyway, I'm going to sign off now. Thank you for watching, everybody. Excuse me. See you soon. Thank you for watching. Have a great rest of the weekend. Take care, everybody. Have a great week. Bye-bye.